Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the puzzle competition number 3. Another month has started, and here we go. Are you ready? You guys have cooked so hard, I can tell you already. I am super excited for the reset today. And I would say, let's jump right in and let's take a look at the track that was supposed to be hidden. But okay, that's not much of a spoil. Hello. Alright, here we go. This is the track for this month puzzle competition. If you don't know what the puzzle competition is about, and I have to... No essays in the intro, man. Yeah. What? What are you even talking about? Thank you. Okay, thank you, Erwin. Really appreciate it for the tier 3. I'm gonna pause alerts, I think. I'm gonna pause alerts. Thank you very much. Okay, gonna pause until after. Okay, let's continue. So, hello. Alright. So, this is the puzzle competition. Thank you very much for the tier 3 anyways, but yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, so, here we go. These are the blocks that you have available. What is puzzle? Basically, you have an unfinished map right here, built by myself. We have a start on this side, then a finish right here in the middle, and 4 checkpoints surrounding it. Your task is to build a track with the blocks that I have given you here. So, for example, 2 ramps, these blocks right here, these platform blocks, some triangles. This triangle here in particular is plastic, by the way. 2 dirt triangles. We also have a big block, but with penalty on it, which makes it a little bit hard to use. 2 platform ramps of differing heights. 1 very big wall ride block, another plastic roof, or you can also use it to drive above as well for a nice turn. 2 ice blocks and 2 grass blocks, and another 2 platform blocks. These are the blocks that you had available and that you can place wherever you wanted in this track right here. To complete the track from start to finish while going through every single checkpoint and try to drive the fastest run possible. And I would say, let's jump right in and let's see what you guys have cooked. Starting with the very first one. And it is a first time submission. But of course, maybe not as serious as maybe some others as well. It is AR, who has decided, even though I have given like 20-30 blocks or something, to finish the map with just 2. This is AR's run. He just placed 2 blocks. So as you can see, we are starting on a bumper, and he uses it straight away to jump up to that platform there, then jump here, and now he lands in this checkpoint, crucially, in a turtle. Why does he land in a turtle? Well, because he wants to overwall on the side of the road, get the checkpoint in the turtle, overwall here, and then use the bumper again to jump back onto the same platform from earlier, and then jump from here to the ice checkpoint. This is an ice checkpoint, by the way, making it a little bit harder. And then over the platform here on the edge, use the bumper for a 3rd time to gain even more speed and more height. And then from this block right here, jump or take all the maximum amount of speed that you can get, turn around, and lands in the checkpoint. 1 more turn around. This is a very hard jump. And into the finish he goes in 65 seconds. Quite impressive, but I can tell you already we're gonna get a little bit faster, because the next one that we have is by Theo. And Theo had a pretty similar idea to AR. Instead of 2 blocks, he used 3. So this is Theo's run, landing on a platform here as well. Then from this, dropping to this checkpoint, exact same start as AR did, but now in this checkpoint, crucially, he drops down onto the ground take speed around the platform here. You can take speed on the bottom platform. You can actually use that in your routes as well. Jumps into the checkpoint, from the checkpoint to the next checkpoint, and finishes a whole 30 seconds faster than AR. Just like that. But of course, those were more like meme submissions. Now we start with the actually proper solutions. And this is the first actual proper one that we'll take a look at. It's by Van Butch. And somehow, from the actual results, this is last place, which is insane to me. Because this is actually not bad. It's a 16.2. We're already at 16 seconds. Jumps up, lands perfectly on the triangle there. Then goes through the triangle, uses the wall block to get to checkpoint number 2. Jumps across here into the third checkpoint, then over the dirt, or into the last checkpoint, and finish. This is somehow the last place of the tournament from the normal routes, of course, which is insane to me. That is insane. Like, this is not too bad. He uses quite a few techniques. Particularly, he figured out something right here. Did you notice anything? He drove over the ice checkpoint, but he doesn't get ice. Because he block mixed the platform inside of the ice checkpoint, and because block mix is preferred or has priority over normal blocks, he doesn't get the ice effect. He does not get the ice effect here. So he can just drive over it, no problem. Like, he even found that. That is quite crazy. The next route that we're gonna take a look at is another half a second faster. It's a 15.8 by Porky P. Next one is by Porky P, and I can always say, already starting to get wicked. He block mixed, as you can see right here. He has block mixed a plastic block into the bumper. What does it do? Well, let's take a look. Bounces up here, flip against the checkpoint, turn around. Gets the hardest checkpoint straight away on the left side. Then with the ramp, jump up here into the checkpoint, standing respawn, and into the finish. That is crazy to me. Like, look at this start here already. It's really cool. So he bounces multiple times on the bumper with the plastic, like he's right underneath the plastic. And because of that, he's bumping multiple times, gathers more speed, then holds gas, brake, and left, bounces around here, turns around perfectly in the checkpoint, and can continue. Of course, lost a little of speed, but nonetheless, definitely really cool strat right here. Definitely loses also a little bit of time from the standing respawn here. Of course, always the standing respawn takes 1 second to complete, so that loses usually a little bit of time. But yeah, still great route there by Porky P. Already getting quite creative. Next one is Syndrave. And Syndrave coming in with the 1577. Going with a more simple approach, jumping up here, simple jump, onto the platform here, nice downhill, then drifts through there, uses the grass block here to perfectly transition into the checkpoint number 2, then drives over the ice, also found the block mix trick, and goes into the finish. But yeah, I really like the small transitions that are possible, as for example this one here. This grass block lining up perfectly with this checkpoint right here can be very helpful. And then of course, as we saw before, using the block mix here for a nice finish to get himself 1577. Next one we have is Frankie Pro. And he, once again, as Syndrave, also went for a more simple approach, starting here, jumping up all the way, also landing clean. Now going a little bit wider and using a ramp to land into checkpoint 2. Then drop down here, going below the hill, and then also finding the block mix into the finish. So this is a quite important thing actually that you will see a few times. I placed the hill block next to the checkpoint right here, which definitely has caused some trouble for some people. And Frankie Pro's solution was to just go to the left side of it as you can see right here, to avoid this hill. Because obviously you jump, you might get a bad landing here. So that was his idea to go for that. And that was enough for 15-7. Next one, a fellow chatter in the stream is Shibata. Shibata coming in with a 15.5. And he found an interesting strat using a double plastic bounce. Has placed 2 plastic blocks here. Let's take a look. So bounces up here, bounce, then ramp into another bounce through the triangle. Then some small transitions here. Goes below the grass hill again, as I just said earlier. Block mix here to get rid of the penalty. And then using this block as a roll right into the finish. Also a nice transition with the ramp to get into the finish block. Pretty cool solution here by Shibata as well. But yeah, here, very crucial. He is using the triangle, the platform triangle. Looks a little bit, I'm sorry for the flickering of course, but he's using the triangle right here to get rid of the penalty surface on this block. And by that, saves himself the slowdown from it. Very clever. And then here does the same thing with the dirt as well. Does not get ice on that block, gets dirt instead. Very nice solution there as well. Alright. Next one after Shibata is Zonaklov with another 1/10 of a second improvement. And this one is yet again using a double plastic bounce. Let us take a look. So he's starting off here, instantly plastic bounces, jumps up, another plastic bounce, also goes through the triangle, some small transitions there, finds a ramp into that checkpoint, which is very smooth. Then jump across here and another plastic bounce for the finish as well. And goes in like that. So yeah, he instantly, of course the problem is with a bumper that we usually have here at the start. You get a lot of height, which is nice usually to gain height, you gain blocks with that. But you also have a lot of airtime. And you don't keep that much speed from the height that you get. This way, bounces down, instantly keeps all of the speed. Plastic bounces here again through the triangle. Loses a little bit of speed there on the landing. Then this transition right here, I love how this one worked out. From the black platform onto the ramp, into the checkpoint right here. Very smooth, very clean. And just drives across to the finish. Loses a little bit of time on this plastic bounce. I don't think the plastic bounce was ideal. Maybe a little bit higher because I think it's like... I believe it's a bit too sideways. He gets a little bit stuck on the roof. Is I think his problem on that plastic bounce. But otherwise, very cool solution by Zonaklov. Next one is the last stand-in. And he has also a pretty cool idea for the grasses. So jumps up here, plastic bounce once again, use the ice blocks to get a turnaround through the triangle, and then has a really cool landing here onto a ramp to just get a little bit of a better landing. Then of course here finds the block mix as well and into the finish. But yeah, again, as I said, plastic bounce at the start to reduce airtime. And then here I just like this landing with the ramp. It's a tiny detail, but it makes the run quite a bit faster. And then around here into the finish clean. Alright, very nice. That is the last stand-ins run with the 15:33. We're gonna get a little bit faster now once again. 3/10 of a second. And that is from Favelkage. And here we go. And he found a much faster start. Because he placed a plastic bounce underneath the star, or right above the bumper. And that looks like this. Look at how much speed he's getting at the start already like that. Then jumps across here into checkpoint number 2. Around this, dropping down to the left. Finds the block mix as well and into the finish. A really clean double bounce here. As I said, you get the bumper twice, basically for free. If you place the plastic like this, we can look at it in slow motion as well. You see bounce, bounce, and gets a lot of speed like this. Jumping up, the problem is always how do you get up, because you want to get to this checkpoint usually, so you have to get some speed. Finds 2 plastic bounces there as well, and then across here, drop down into the checkpoint, and nice finish after as well by Favekage here. Now, that were a lot of 15-second times. But now we're going into the 14s. We're going already to the 14s with... Here we go. Here we go, finding the first strat to get to the 14s with a 1498. And he does it as well with the double bump. Jumping up like this to the side of the checkpoint, drives around, and then jumps to this checkpoint right here. Now, very inside line like this, going through and into the checkpoint, wallbang, finish. Very nice. Very nice right there. But yeah, a very different start strat. Here, he uses the plastic wall ride block, as you can see right here. And he double bumps with gas, brake, and right. He's holding at the start. So you don't just want to do press forward at the start sometimes. Sometimes you can do cool stuff with doing other inputs as well. And he found this one here. The problem was it didn't give him quite enough height to get into the checkpoint, and because of that he has to do a little bit of an inefficient route going around here, up to the checkpoint, and then around. But still pretty cool solution right here. Got himself a lot of speed, and with that enough to get a 1498. Which, there's a funny thing though, because he was not the only one with that kind of start idea. Because Awesome Tom had the exact same start and is 2,000ths of a second faster. 2,000ths of a second with a 987. Here we go. Bumps up like that, it goes with a bug slide through the checkpoint. Much more efficient. And then through here, drops down into a downhill, going around over the black platform, and then a little bit of a wider line into the finish. So a much different line here, where he bounces, he finds the same start, bounces here, has a higher block on the landing, and then just backside through. Really cool, really wicked solution. And I would say let's look at a small comparison between them. That was the wrong button. This one right here. So let us take a look, watching from Here We Go's perspective. So here we go. Starts off like that, going lower, and as you can see, he is finding himself quite a bit behind Awesome Tom, but now has a more efficient line here, coming back a little bit. Awesome Tom still far in the lead though, and now you see the difference in the ending. It is so close at the ending, but Awesome Tom still stays in front. But yeah, here you see, you want a really efficient line. It doesn't make sense to go this wide. He does keep more speed, Awesome Tom, but you just want to get to the finish as quickly as possible. Just get the job done. And also here we go with the wallbang into the finish. Almost snipes, but not quite enough. Also, by the way, thanks Marius for the raid earlier, and all the others. The alerts are muted at the moment, but I will play them after the results again. That was Awesome Tom, and here we go with basically the exact same strat and 2,000s apart. Really cool. Next one is Invalid, and this one again is quite wicked. It's gonna be fun. Let's take a look. Starts off with a plastic bounce once again into a backflip around like this over the grass. Nice transitions here. Jump into this wall ride block, very clean, and now goes for an ice dirt flick into the finish. Just look at the start. Beautiful. I love that backflip. I absolutely love that backflip. Well, cool transitions there as well. You can really use these uphill blocks in many different ways and combine them together, which is also the reason why I gave you those. But yeah, it's really cool how they can be used. But yeah, here once again in slow motion, fast start, jumps up, and then into a backflip like this to cancel its momentum upwards and drive around like that. And that is enough for 14.6, another 3/10 faster than what we saw previously. But you know who else is 3/10 faster? It is Viper with the next one with a 14.3. Yet again, 3/10 of a second faster. And he figured out. He figured it out. He didn't take the bumper bait. He used the platform triangle to get rid of the bumper and not use it at all. Go straight to the left into this checkpoint as the first one. Different round this time. Now jumps up with a ramp into plastic bounce, gets the checkpoint from the side, another checkpoint like this taken from the side and into the finish. First one to not take the bumper bait. That is also actually the reason why I gave you those triangles. That is the reason why, so you could do that. So I was very happy to see some people doing it. But yeah, cool route here, taking 2 checkpoints from the side like that. Pretty cool idea. And finally also a bit of a different route that we could see here. Yeah, like it, using plastic bounces there as well to get himself a 14.3. Next one is Gelso. Gelso with a couple hundreds faster. And interesting thing is, well, first of all, he's using the bumper again, but he is not using any kind of trick. He just jumps up clean, perfectly into a ramp. Look at that landing. Beautiful. I love it. Definitely planned that one. And then look at that wallbang. What a cool wallbang there with the plastic across here, over the ice, into the finish. Yeah, he just does a normal jump here, beautiful landing, and I love this wallbang in against the plastic right here, dropping down. It's really quick and gets a nice drop down into the next checkpoint. Through the ice, into the finish. Really clean. Really clean. I like it. I like the run here by Gelso. Very cool what he came up with there. Next one, once again, a little bit faster. And also a different route again. That we can see here. It is Arcole with a 14.2 and using the plastic bounces in the start again. And take a look at this. He's doing a jump like this into this checkpoint, drop down into here, different route as than we've seen before, and now goes for a bug slide through the last checkpoint into the finish. So yeah, he just takes the speed at the start, does a small ramp, jump up to the top, just jumps down here, keeps all of his momentum, small drift here, into bug slide through the last checkpoint and finish. Pretty cool. Is able to keep his speed. Very simple route, very efficient though. The way he has used it here. And he also did a little bit of scenery, that is true. He plays all of the checkpoints that he didn't use as scenery. That was Arcole's run, 14.2. 14 was not quite enough though, because the next run we are already jumping below 14 to a 13.9. 13.9 is the next run by Tramis. Tramis with a 13.9. And comes up with some cool stuff as well. First of all, jumps up here, drifts through the checkpoint like that on the side, goes over the black platform blocks through checkpoint 2, jumps across here, finds the block mix, over the edge, into the finish. One small cool detail, he's starting inside of a block, which actually gives him a tiny boost, very tiny, as he bugs out of the floor. Very tiny boost from that. Jumps up here into the ramp, gets the checkpoint from the inside like this, to not waste any distance. And then I really like the idea of block mixing the black platform blocks through the checkpoint. And with that, he completely ignores the problem with the grasser. Does not have a problem with it because he can just take the speed through like that, keeps all of his momentum, drifts and into the finish like that. Very clean. Wait, does it start here in gear 2 actually, if you bug through like that? Is that a difference? That would be interesting as well. That would be pretty cool if that's true. Alright, that was Tramis with a 13.9. He's not the only one with a 13.9 because Scooter, the next one we'll take a look at, also has a 13.9. And he came up with a crazy start strat. You can already see right here, he's holding gas, brake, and left at the start with this block right here. Let's take a look what happens if you hold gas, brake, and left with the plastic wall right at the start. What's this? bounces up straight into the wall right, keeps so much speed through there, goes into the second checkpoint now, into a downhill right here, and finishes it off with a dirt flick into the finish. Keeps so much speed with that wall right. He is so fast. Goes up straight to over 400. Okay, wait. Over 400 speed, you can't really see in the bottom right, you can see the... Right here, you can kind of read it. He goes to 350, 380 speed, jumps up here, uses a plastic bounce to kill it, or to stop his momentum. Go through here, keep his speed, and then nice downhill line, lands there, and then the finish. A little bit of a scrappy finish right here, loses a little bit of grip. There's an interesting thing here. He tried to do the dirt, or the icy dirt flick. The thing is, with the bounce, he's jumping over the ice, and because of that, he doesn't actually have enough icy tires. He has only very little amount of icy tires, and then this flick is not as efficient. You want a high amount of icy tires. So actually, with the more icy tires, driving more over the ice, you would have had a bit of a faster finish there. Just as a small tip, because you want to have a little bit more icy tires with those kind of tricks. But really cool strat there by Scooter. Next replay, which is quite interesting, is by Lucius. One interesting fact about Lucius' replay is he wrote into his replay that he thinks he's gonna get 35th place. Well, let's see if that's accurate or not. He found himself a different route. Let's take a look. Jumps up, plastic bounce, drives to the left checkpoint first, the hardest checkpoint as the first one, drops down here into his second checkpoint, ramp, jump up, small bounce, through the next checkpoint, and finish. That's what Lucius came up with. So once again, just bumping up, clean landing, instantly can accelerate through this, keeps all of his momentum, drop down here, keeps the speed, and then jump up to the last checkpoint and finish from there. Have a nice straight line from that checkpoint to the finish. Quite cool to see this route implemented here as well. And Lucius with that, getting himself a 13.90. However, the next player, again, a little bit faster. 0.04 of a second faster by Saline. And this is just a clean, nice route. Right here. Jumps up into the ramp, smooth landing, use the dirt to drift through the checkpoint, small plastic bounce there, drops down into the downhill, keeps the momentum here over the wall ride, finds the block mix finish, and finishes like that. Just really clean. Already now you're thinking like, how can you improve this much? Because this is already pretty clean right here with the strats that are being used here. Getting already pretty optimized, jumping up into the ramp, clean. This, by the way, there is no full dirt block that I have given you. These are two triangle blocks, as you can see right here from the corner. There are two triangle blocks block mixed into each other, so that he actually gets just a full normal dirt block, which is also a pretty nice usage of the blocks there. That was Salin. Next one is Funny Pills. And this one, again, only 0.003 of a second faster. And another one to not take the bait. He did not take the bumper bait. He's starting on the triangle, going straight to the left, using the upper to get over the border of the road piece, then jumps up here, uses a plastic bounce into this checkpoint, now gets to this checkpoint, takes it from the right side and into the finish. Nice downhill into the finish, keeps the momentum. Pretty nice route here by Funny Pills. The ice there also not too bad into the dirt, gets good grip, and then just nice finish right there like that. Gets himself an 13.86. Just like that. Pretty cool run by Funny Pills once again. But we are still going faster. Next one is T-Flame. And he found a really cool start. I love the start. Look at this. Jumps up with this and then bounces like that on the roof. Playing RPG. Dropping down here through the next checkpoint. third checkpoint taken, finds the block mix into the finish. I love this idea here. So he first takes the double bounce as we've seen before in previous attempts. But then he's just bouncing up with the scenery into the checkpoint. He's using this grass hill block right here. He's bumping on the grass hill block to get a better transition. Take a look at that. I really love the creativity in this one. Then around here, keeps the momentum with the dirt, going up through this onto a downhill so that he gets, so that he keeps that potential energy that he has, of course, right? Like, if you're at this checkpoint, you're a lot higher than this checkpoint. You want to land in a nice downhill to keep your momentum, keep the speed that you have basically stored up from the checkpoint, from the previous checkpoint. Quite important. That was T-Flame, and only 0.003 of a second. Wait, is it? No, it's actually 0.002 of a second faster. Is iTwitch with an 13.81. Now I wanna quickly call out. I told you guys in the in the Google form to write the your times with the 3 digits. If you look into a replay, you can see right here, he has a 13.817, as you can see right here. Both iTwitch and T-Flame didn't write their digits correctly. They both just wrote a 13.81. And the position from their runs actually changed. I had to redo this before. So their positions actually changed because they didn't write it correctly. So yeah, if you're wondering where you can get the 3rd digit, you just load up the replay in the replay editor and you can click on this ghost right here from your ghost and look at this. Well, let's take a look at something else, because he is another one to not use the bait once again. Starting off in a platform like this, then through the wall ride, gets the checkpoint behind the start, jumping up through the checkpoint, clean landing, and plastic bounce into the last checkpoint, downhill finish. I really like the small idea of using the ramp to buck up and that being a little bit faster than instant round like this. One reason why they are using ramps here, by the way, is because there's a border here. You have to get over this border, so you have to go up a little bit. That's what they have to do. Did mine get in even though I was a little late? You didn't send in at all. You didn't send in. I don't know. Didn't send anything. I don't know, when did you send? You didn't even send before I started. You didn't send. I did? No, you didn't. Och, man. Yes, I did. I mean, I should probably know, I think I should probably know. It tells you, like, that it's successful after you've done it. It tells you that you have successfully sent it. Anyways, iTwitch not using the bait here. Now the question is really, what is faster? Not taking the bumper at the start or taking it to get more speed? Well, the answer is it's the bumper. This is the last bait that we'll see. This is the fastest non-bumper run that we will see. Every single run after this point will use the bumper. Every single one. If Margie isn't getting in, I'm unsubbing right now. Okay, send me the... Okay, Discord, send me the replay right now if you wanna. It's fine. I can show it. I don't remember the time though. Okay. Just for safety. Okay. Next one is by pizza.tm with a 1375. And interestingly, pizza.tm is creating a link in my Google Sheet. So for some reason I had a link in my Google Sheet for pizza.tm. But yeah, first of all, you're not ready for this. This is a 13.75. Take a look at this start. What are we looking at? We have a plastic block right here, a platform, a triangle platform that he's placing one wheel on, and an uphill after. Once again, do not blink. Here we go. You got that? Okay. Pizza DM starting off in the left checkpoint with a wicked bounce to the side. Jump up, plastic bounce to the last checkpoint. And finish. So what just happened? Let's take a look at this in slow motion, I think. So he bounces 2-3 times, then flips up, backflip, hits the roof, then goes around the checkpoint, turns around like this, and goes in at 2.5 seconds into that checkpoint. He went up to, yeah, how much speed did he get? Okay, here it says 100 speed. I think he's probably a little bit, yeah, here it says 700 speed. He's getting up to 700 speed. Just to instantly crash into a wall, but into 700 speed. That is crazy what you can do with these bumpers. Absolutely crazy. Pizza TM with a 1375. And also, I really like this landing here at the ending. This landing dropping down into the grass down here like that, into the finish. Just a little bit faster. Really, really cool. Alright, that was Pizza TM's submission. However, of course, not quite fast enough. He lost a little bit of time in that bounce at the start. Also, let me quickly download Margie's replay. Okay, got it. Perfect. Very nice. Let me put let me put that in. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, got it. We got it. All right. So next one. Here we go. I'm sorry, was sure I sent in. I remember specifically 10 minutes after the deadline, you wrote, "Oh shit." So I don't know how you thought that you sent it in. I'm confused, but okay, let's continue. So next one is Viosis with a 13. It is a 1369. Then I sent it in right after I closed it at midnight. So I'm confused how you sent it in. As I said, I closed it. I don't know, but whatever. Next one is Viosis with a clean backflip strat here at the start. Let's take a look at this one. Plastic bounces twice into a backflip like this into checkpoint 1, then over the grass, jumping up through checkpoint 2. Now using a wall ride block there. Cool transitions and into the finish. I think this route is really cool that Viosis came up with here and getting a nice 1369 with it as well. Really like this one. He doesn't use he's one of the only ones to not use this plastic block right here in the start or somewhere else. He's using it actually for a turn, which I think is really creative. I really like these transitions here, how all of these transitions work out. First of all, from the wall ride into the one block high platform, and then the black platform, from the black platform clean transition into this wall ride, from this wall ride onto the higher platform, from that one onto the ramp, and then into the last checkpoint. I absolutely love these transitions, and also just pretty cool start with the backflip as well. Viosis is taking 13.69. Also I can tell those kind of transitions is the exact reason why I choose these kind of weird blocks, because it allows cool solutions like these ones to emerge. Christo now once again going another 200ths of a second faster, and he is also using a double bounce in the start, small ramp jump into the first checkpoint, ramp here through the second checkpoint, takes the downhill to keep speed around like this, finds the block mix as well, and goes into the finish. By the way, one crucial thing that he does here at the start is he's holding gas and brake. Actually does something different in this kind of start. He jumps up a little bit higher, because of that gets a nice bounce here with the ramp into the checkpoint. And drives here through the downhill to keep momentum. Has a small touch to maybe lose a little bit of momentum as well. I'm not sure if that was planned. But yeah, gets himself a 1367 with a very clean start. Definitely. Alright, next one is a 1366 by Mega Artery. And going yet again a little bit faster. Here we go, change the number. Alright, let's take a look. Does a double bounce as well, and finds a really clean setup right there to jump into the first checkpoint. Now goes the other way actually. Uses the upper to land in the last checkpoint here and another wall ride into the finish. So here, as I said earlier, it's very difficult to find the perfect height if you're doing this double bounce right here at the start. He's actually doing a small left tap to get a little bit more height, I believe. And yeah, he found a really nice landing out of the start. As you can see right here, into the black platform, keeping nice speed, small bounce, into the first checkpoint, nice triangle line. Then here he has to slow down a little bit for the ramp landing into the second checkpoint. But then still has good speed, makes the last jumps, and small wall ride into the finish. Fast enough for point 67. Next one, yet again going, or it was a 66 actually. Next one, going quite a bit faster, 1400s faster, is Domino Marama. And this run is so wicked. Oh my god, it's a 1352. Take a look at this. Flips all the way to the left with a double backflip. Now jumps to this checkpoint, the other route once again. Jump up here, plastic bounce, last checkpoint, and into the finish. What is the start? What is this start? That's so cool. So cool to actually use that double backflip. Of course, he's spending, or he's traveling a long distance. So it takes quite a while for him to still get into the first checkpoint, but with all of the speed that he has built up, he can just jump straight to the next checkpoint, get a good landing, keep his speed, and jump, or keep that speed rather for this last transition here as well. But yeah, here in the start, he's using the plastic block normal, and he just presses nothing. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he just doesn't press anything. It's just a press nothing start to get this kind of flip. Double bounce and clean landing. Really cool. Really cool what Domino found here. Alright. Of course, though, with that long distance that he travels and losing a little bit of speed and time. Next one is Achioto. And Achioto coming up with some really clean and cool transitions here as well. Double bounce in the start, through the finish, jumping up into the ramp, super clean. Then from the platform to the black platform right here. Then finds this transition, goes over the triangle, finds the block mix as well, into the finish. I love this first jump to the ramp, it's so clean, it's so clean. And then this right here to get a weight transfer to the left, clean transition into the wall ride, and then with the dirt over the last checkpoint into the finish. I want to point out here one interesting thing once again. He is using the triangle platform to get rid of the penalty right here. As you can see, he does get less penalty from this block by placing the triangle over it. And then small bump here into the finish. Gets himself 1345. So that has been a little bit crazy in these 13s. We have seen a total, interestingly, of 13 13-second runs. There were 13 13-second runs. 0.95, 92, 90, 86, another 86, 81, 81, 75, 69, 67, 66, 52, and 45. You would think it would continue like that. But no, the next run is a whole half a second faster, and Taxi breaking the sub 13 barrier with a 12.99. And this is such a crazy route. What are we even looking at? What are we even looking at here in the start? Let's take a look. Jumps up, plastic bounce into the ramp. Now goes to the left checkpoint first. Clean landing downhill and then jumping up into the checkpoint and backslides through the checkpoint into the finish. What is this? So he doesn't waste any time at the start, as you can see. Doesn't waste any time. Jumps up and instantly plastic bounces into the ramp. Keeps all of the momentum. And already at 1 second is accelerating again. Then finds the nice ramp transition from the ramp to this platform right here to the left. Finds another plastic bounce here as well to drop down. And it drives around here just clean. And it jumps up. And I love this. I love this. He made it so much harder for himself as well with this grasser. Like, he didn't have to place the grasser, but it is faster. It is faster if you hit it. But goddamn, he made it hard for himself, but he nailed it. 12.99. The first to break the 13-second barrier. Really cool stuff here by Taxi. All right. Next one is Silot with a 12.82, and he's doing something that I was really looking forward to. I was hoping that somebody would do it. Let's take a look. He is also going to the left checkpoint as the first one, and here's how he does it. Bumps to the left, wall hit, goes through the checkpoint like that, now transitions into the wall right, takes the next checkpoint, and now does something really cool. He reuses the bumper for the finish. He uses the bumper for the finish as well. I love it. I really wanted to see that. When I built the map first, I had that in mind already to use the bumper twice, and he does it really nicely here. I really like the idea at the start as well that he does. So we can take a look actually at the start in Camp 7. He starts off like this, as you can see, for multiple bounces, jumps to the side here, then goes over the ice into this wall to bounce up to the left, keep the speed, plastic bounce, and goes like that. Then around here, just drives around. This is pretty simple, wall bang, and then he's back at the start. And I love just watching this here. Bounce and bounce. He just goes across like this. I love it. I love how that looks. Alright, that was Silot's submission. 12.82. We're jumping the times here quite a bit, and we keep doing it now. The next run, once again, is 1500s faster, and it's by Archer. And he found a new start strat, a .62, or actually a 68 by Archer. Take a look at this. Double bounce, ramp into bug slide through the first checkpoint, jump through the side from the checkpoint, dropping below the grasshole, and then finds the block mix as well into the finish. This is sick. I love it. I love it, what we can see here. Alright, this is Archer's submission. I love the bug slide idea. Ramp also working out perfectly for this jump. Perfect ramp height for this jump. Then keeps the speed through the bug slide, jumps below here to keep more momentum, doesn't get a bump from the grasser, and finishes with a 12.68. Really nice stuff there by Archer. And the next one we're gonna take a look at as well again is Kimbat. Kimbat with a .59, another 1/10 of a second faster. And what is this? What are we starting in? Again, he's starting inside of a block, plastic bounce, and some grass block in front of it. Where is he going? Oh, he's going to the left. What is this? Starts that are going to that checkpoint on the left are just crazy. They are all absolutely crazy. Goes like this around here and finishes. What is even happening? Once again, like, what is happening here at the start? Oh, it's crazy. Lands in a clean ramp there as well. Drives around, keeps the speed, goes over the border clean with the wall ride. We just gotta take a look at this in 110 speed. What is happening here at the start? I think actually we can watch like this. So he starts off, speed like this, flips to the left, bounces, then gets stuck on the checkpoint like this, hits the wall, hits the roof, and continues like that. That was in 1/10 speed, by the way. In reality, it looks like this, you know? It's so fast. It is so fast. Yeah, the problem is, he's getting so much speed, but how do you survive with the speed? You have to slow down in some way. You can't drive this map with these tight turns at 700 speed. It's impossible. You have to slow down in some way. That is a very difficult thing to figure out. And Kimbert figured it out with just placing a wall, basically. Next one is a point 54 by Fahrenheit. 1254. And let's take a look. Jumps up with the double bounce once again and goes for a plastic wall hit through the checkpoint. Clean wall ride line there. Another plastic bounce. Finds the block mix into the finish. Just like that. Really cool. I like this double bounce here once again into plastic bounce wall hit to reduce the speed. As I said, you're too fast. You have to somehow make it around. And then goes up here into really clean transition into this one. Really, really clean. Then also this bounce here is interesting for me. For the plastic bounce. Just wanted to stay up higher and into the last checkpoint. That was a point 54 by Fahrenheit right here. 54, I didn't change the name. There you go, that's a 54. And now the next one. I have to load first, because the next one is our good old Margie, who sent in 10 minutes late and then didn't notice that that the submissions were closed already. So she found 1244. Now, of course, don't have anything set up for it. But let us take a look at what Margie cooked in her stream recently when she played the map. Also, instantly, by the way, found a trick with the plastic bounce. Instantly. Like literally first thing that she tried was do something with the bumper and plastic bounces. And this is what she came up with a 1244. Double bounce, keeps so much momentum into the plastic bounce right there, over the black platform, jump, clean transition into the wall ride, downhill, and then plastic bounce finish. Really creative stuff. I really like it. It's really creative what she came up with. Especially, we have seen previously a lot of people block mixing into the last checkpoint to get rid of the ice. She didn't know you could block mix into the ice. I think she always, when she tried, she placed it always in exactly the wrong way. That it didn't work, was a little bit unlucky. But she found a different solution with that, using the ramp to get rid of the ice and then barely fitting through this gap with a plastic bounce and into the finish. Also really clean run for this route with a 1244. Very nice route right here. Also again, using the nice transitions here from the ramp into this checkpoint right here, sideways, really nice, over the black platforms. Clean run by Margie. Alright, that was the 1244. Next one that we're gonna take a look at then is 41 by Pilosus. And let us take a look. I need to find it now because I'm not at the right spot anymore. Okay, I found it, Pilosus. Okay, 1241 by Pilosus. Let's take a look. Does the double bounce again. Same one as Margie, but it goes for a bug slide instead. Through the ramp, now does a downhill here to keep more speed, using the wallride block for as a platform and into the finish with the block mix. But really cool strat right here, especially this, keeping the speed through the checkpoint and nice transition into the wall ride. I like it. I like it. A 1241 by Pilosus. Alright, next one is Kaguya Nikki and going just another 0.004 of a second faster. No worries, Margie. All good. Alright, next one. Here we go. 414. 4 thousandths. And look at the speed from the start. jumping up like this, plastic bounce, clean speed like this, over the wall ride, clean transition there as well, dropping down, not a little bit of a wonky landing there, but then with the dirt and block mix into the finish. Yeah, really keeps a lot of speed, 230 speed through that checkpoint is really good, and then across here, gets a bit of an unfortunate slowdown there, but in the finish, was enough to stay ahead by another 4 thousandths of a second by Kagenicki here. Nice run as well. Okay, the next one I can already tell is insane. It is by Mac and Cheese, and he found something really cool. It's point 32. And let us take a look. Another 1/10 of a second faster. And this is what he came up with. Block mix bumper there and into a bug slide through the triangle of the checkpoint. Then going with this route, different route as than we've seen previously, and into the finish. Just like that. I love the triangle bug slide. It is so hard to find a strat like that and also to perform it. But he gets it. Really cool. Really clean. Yeah, just a very clean run overall. Keeps it onto the ramp. Nice landing. And also a plastic bounce here at the finish. Finds the smooth transition like that. One thing I want to point out once again. This grass block I found so interesting. Because this grass block is flush with this platform block right here on one side, and it's also flush with this edge right here on the other side. So you could use it for so many different ways. And Mac and Cheese using it here to get a very smooth transition like that, and then finish from that side. Really cool, really cool. Only on one side, that is true, only on one side. Making it, of course, a little bit harder. But what would the puzzle competition be without challenge? Next one is Jeremy Ferreira, and he came up with a 12:28. And let's take a look. He has a plastic block above him here at the start. So what is he gonna do here? He's jumping up and he misses it. What? He missed the plastic bounce. He placed the plastic block there in the start and he just missed it. Huh. I wonder why he did that. He uses it for the finish. He uses the bumper again for the second time at the finish. And does a plastic bounce over the ice. Just like that. Really cool strat here by Jeremy. 12:28. It doesn't use a bumper or a bumper trick at all in the start. And then setting this up and getting it is so hard. Then plastic bounce there as well with the ice. That is so difficult to get. By the way, I can tell you as well. This exact idea that Jeremy did right here was the reason why I gave you the ice and the plastic in the first place. That was my initial idea when I gave you the ice and the plastic, was to do this. To do like an ice plastic bounce. And he nailed it. Really clean line right here. Really cool. This has to be top 5. Clueless. Surely this is top 5. Next one. Okay. Let's continue. That's Jeremy. Really cool. Really cool. Next one is Xalm with another 1700ths faster. Let us take a look at Xalm's run. 12:11. Here we go. All right. And he found, as we saw previously as well, a jump to the side. Jumps up like this into a wall ride, small lag, but that's fine. Then through the checkpoint, another small lag, that's maybe not so fine anymore. Dropping below the grass hill and over the platform, finds the block mix as well into the finish. Where he finds a nice strat here with the plastic bounce, jumping to the side immediately, and then landing in the wall ride to keep his momentum through the checkpoint, using the black platform and the ramps here as well to keep nice transitions through that checkpoint there. And then interestingly, I find this really interesting, he block mixed penalty into the last checkpoint to slow down. I think that was on purpose because he has so much speed and he wouldn't make the turn otherwise. He block mixed penalty into it to slow down and get slow down for the finish. That's interesting, I think. 12-11 with that line for Xal. And now we have another mod. The first mod that we saw was, well, I guess Margie earlier. We have another mod participating. It is David with a 1269. And he found a strat here at the start as well with the plastic bounce and press forward left. Let's take a look. Press forward left against the wall, plastic bounce, very fast start, and then into the wall right here. Can skip the border of the road and into the finish. So yeah, he finds this similar strat that we saw previously with the press forward left, jumping up like this. Now has to gain a little bit extra height. Does it with the plastic up, the platform uphill into the plastic bounce. Then across here through the checkpoint into a nice wall right line. And then this is very interesting. That some other people, of course, couldn't use. It's interesting to me what is going to be the fastest. Here, skipping over the border here. Most people go around this border, have to go around like this. He can just skip over the border like this. He's just driving over it with this platform block right here. And then, of course, finds the block mix as well into the finish, ignoring the ice. Why do I even place an ice checkpoint in the first place? Everybody literally just ignoring it. All right. Next one is Lone Drive. Lone Drive. Now the first one to break the sub 12 second barrier. Lone Drive with an 1188. And he found a really clean start. Look at this. Just jumps up through the triangle. Nice transitions here. Once again, slows down a little bit for the line below the grasser. And then small block mix there as well. I want to say drift, but he just didn't drift. Into the finish. Like that. So, one thing that is remarkable about this one, that we have seen other people struggle with before. His entire ending is flat. He does not have any bumps. A lot of people had to use these blocks right here. These connectors from like black platform height to normal platform height. They had to use those. He has a perfectly flat ending. Uses this block here and this block here very efficiently. And then splitting up the dirt and the platform triangles like this. To have completely flat line there. And of course, finds a block mix start. Oh, that's the wrong camera. Finds a block mix start like this, which gives him a lot more speed. I don't know why this gives so much more speed, but somehow it does. Does a multiple plastic bounces into the first checkpoint, reaches it at 2.3 seconds already. Through the triangle, and then nice transitions as well. Yeah, very simple. Simple and clean by Lone Drive there. But not quite enough, because Shirox coming in with an 1182, and he found an insanely fast start strat. He's doing, as we can see here once again, gas, brake, and left. And let's take a look what he gets with that. Jumps to the right, into the wall right, plastic bounce, and he's already in the first checkpoint, second checkpoint as well. Then jumps across here, plastic bounce across there, ice into dirt flick finish. What a run. Holy shit. This is crazy, this route. What a crazy route by Shirox. Really cool, really cool. But yeah, he's so fast. Remember earlier, Lone Drive got into the checkpoint at 2.3, while Shirox does as well. But he's already facing the next checkpoint at this point. Going like this, through here, then plastic bounces to get across the border that I mentioned earlier on David's run. And then finishes with an ice dirt flick. Now I gotta say, that ice dirt flick is sick and I love it. It's kinda slow though. It is kinda slow. He loses a little bit, like half a second or something, to a traditional flat ending that we have seen previously of just drifting into the finish. But if it isn't clean and wicked, what a run here by Shirox. Really cool. Really cool. Alright, that was Shirox. Next one is Richard. And Richard, we know the name, of course. He has to find something wicked, and of course he did. Let's take a look. Here he goes. Bumps up into bug slide through the checkpoint. Into the downhill right here, once again through the second checkpoint. Then ice across here to set up the last drift and finish. But yeah, really cool bug slide here at the start. Really cool bug slide. Yeah, guys, I have to press. I have like 5 hotkeys that I have to press all the time for every switch and everything. I sometimes forget I have a hotkey to switch the names. Yeah, I know. Switch to Richard. Richard with an 1178. Yeah, okay. Skill issue. Yeah, I'm not too used to it. One thing that I find kind of funny is this here is fake ice. Like, it looks like an ice block, but it's actually dirt. Like, there's dirt underneath, as you can see right here. Can you see? That's a bit hard to see. You actually can't see like that. But yeah, it's dirt. It's fake ice. It's fake ice that he's using there. He's not touching the ice at all. Yeah, going down like this, and then sets up for the last drift with the ice. Get a nice drift into the finish. Alright. There you go. That was Richard with his backslide start. Next run, once again, only 1/100th of a second faster. So incredibly close here. 0.77 by Pseudo. And once again, finds a crazy cool start. Also, starting with the gas, brake, and left start. Into the wall right here. And look at that transition right there. Now has to slow down a little bit for the down here, jumps across with the ramp, across here into the last checkpoint and finish. This is not press forward. This is not, yeah, okay, sorry. I switched it. It's Pseudo with an 11.77. But yeah, this start is not press forward. He has to steer, he has to do steering inputs. It is so clean. Black platform bounce into plastic bounce there, and then with the grass, clean transition like this. Really cool. Has to slow down a little bit here, of course. But, yeah, really cool stuff here by Pseudo. I really like the idea there in the start. The thing that costs him the most is definitely having to slow down here for the ramp transition. Having to slow down here definitely costs him a little bit of time, but otherwise really clean run by Pseudo right there. And the next one that we're going to take a look at is by Loon. And, well, you might want to get accustomed to the start now, because we might see it a little bit more often. He is also starting with gas, brake, and left. Jumping in here, having the plastic block a little bit higher for the plastic bounce, then jumps across like that, small transition there with the grassel, and drive across block mix into the finish. Found the exact same start with the gas, brake, and a left setup, and goes in like that into the finish. And I would say these are very similar. Let us look at a comparison between them. Wait, that is the wrong one. This one right here. Let us take a look at a comparison. So at the start, you can see that they are doing different strats here. So they're landing in different wall rides. Pseudo landed one below, and Loon is jumping one higher. Then they are doing different plastic bounces, and Pseudo comes out ahead after the start. Then, of course, has to slow down, as we saw earlier. With that, Loon overtaking, jumping across here, getting a smooth downhill as well, and now finding himself ahead of Pseudo. But then Pseudo with a nice ending, coming back, is ahead right now, but in the finish, Loon somehow overtakes. Loon somehow overtakes by a whole 300th of a second with a 0.73. Alright, that was the comparison between them, and the next one is Mr. Sui. Mr. Sui sending in, once again, has sent in for the previous editions as well, and he got himself an 1165. And a crucial thing with his start is that he managed to jump up here and keep pretty good speed through there. Jumps across here, also keeping good speed in this landing, clean landing there. Does the block mix as well into the finish. But yeah, this bump right here. Classic double bump, we've seen it previously already. Jumping up into plastic bounce and keeping nice speed through here. Some transitions, clean through there. Then really clean transition there. Like lands so early in the wall ride. Across like this, over the dirt, through the block mix, into the finish. And that is Mr. Sweet's run with an 11.65. And now we see Misha. Next one is Misha. And this basically is a combination of things that we've seen before, but just a really clean execution by Misha. 11.56, another 1/10 of a second faster. And this is what he did. Double bounce, ramp jump into the first checkpoint. Now going across here, keeping good speed, taking the grass hill across there and into the finish like that. Just clean. This is just a very clean, nice route by Misha. Just everything clean. Nothing really to say where he lost significant amount of time. It's just clean. It's just clean. Just really clean run here by Misha with similar lines that we saw previously, but just good combination of everything, getting himself 11.56. But yeah, again, just 1/100th of a second faster. We find the next one, and we honestly, like, you're thinking to yourself, does it just keep going like this? Like they're just doing kind of this similar threads here, always like around this high 11, mid 11 time right here. Does it keep going? Well, let's take a look at the next one. Tobika, just 1/100th of a second faster, and he's also doing a double bounce at the start, also keeping the speed through here, doing a little bit of a different bounce here though, landing there, then over the ice with the transition into the finish. Yeah, name, sorry. It's fixed. Fixed. All good. Okay, but yeah, I really love the small idea of getting a better weight transfer, like a lower jump here with this dirt block mixed in here into this block, and also avoiding the ice with the black platform here. I really like those ideas that Tobika implemented in his run. And also on this one, they are so close to each other. We have to take a look at a comparison between them, between Misha and Tobika, and let's take a look. So at the start, they are both bouncing upwards like this. Misha going a little bit wider, going around the checkpoint, keeping speed, but Tobika a little bit faster in the checkpoint. Now also doing the bounce. They are doing different jumps here. Tobika still ahead, but now Misha with a very nice landing, not jumping here at all, is currently faster, but then Tobika coming back with the snipe into the finish and is just 1/100th of a second ahead, sniping it on the finish block like that. Really clean, really cool fight between them. And that was enough for 11.54, but that's not the last 11.5 that we're gonna see, because the next run is yet again another 1/100th of a second faster. It's crazy how close it is here. 11.54 by Soulbrewer. 11.54, and he does once again plastic bounce start right here, bouncing against that one as well, then going above like that, and finding a very nice wall ride transition there, and finishing also from the left side instead of the right. Most people finishing from the right side, he finishes from the left side to just do or drive a little bit less distance into the finish. Really cool. Yeah, keeps good speed through this. Like, it looks a little bit wonky compared to some of the other ones, but it keeps nice speed with this bounce. Through like that, into the checkpoint, clean landing there as well, using the grass for good landing into this as well, keeping all the speed, no acceleration penalty at all, and into the finish. Very clean by Soulbrewer, 11.54. And the next one, yet again, another 0.5, it's a 0.51 by Josh. And like, are we hitting the limit here? We gotta be hitting the limit, right? Because he is also doing a double bounce, jumping up through the triangle, getting himself a 0.51 with this one, grass hill, jumping up like this, downhill, using the black platform door, nice setup for the drift, and finish. Well, really cool. 11:51 here by Josh. Super similar strats from all of them. Really cool execution here. Well, just clean. Next one as well is once again, like, this is crazy, guys. I can't believe it. Next one is by Blev and 11:48. And like, how do you all keep finding the exact same solution, but just doing it slightly differently? Also double plastic bounce, jumping to the first checkpoint, through the triangle, over the black platforms this time, then grass hill into this one, driving to the left, finding the block mix, and finish for an 11:48. Super close between all of them, and we have to take a look at this. Like, they're all just doing the exact same strat. How does it keep going like this? Let's take a look at the comparison between them. And here we go. Let's start. Let's take a look. So all of them doing a double bounce, only Solbur doing a little bit of a different one. You can see the differences here. Solbur jumping up now with the plastic bounce. All of the other ones landing like this. Then Misha is going wide, all of the other ones going through the triangle. You see Josh going a little bit wider as well. Solbur instantly getting the height. And now going into checkpoint number 2, we see Tubika is currently in front, followed by Solbur and Josh, then Misha and Blev. Tubika doing a little bit of a different bounce there. All of the others are going for the grass hill into this kind of landing here, into this downhill. Tubika with that going a lot wider, the others having a much better inside line. Solbur going for his wall wide line around here. Josh currently in the lead with the fastest line through that. They are all coming towards the finish, and let's take a look at this. They're coming around the finish, all of them like this. Solbur from the right, the others from the left side, and here they are. It is somehow Blev finishing first. Then the next one finishing after Blev is Josh right here on the left, the exact same time as Solbur pretty much, and then Tubika and Misha finishing as well. Incredibly close between all of you. That is crazy. But is that the fastest strat? That is the question. Or is there more possible? Next one coming in by Mashire. 0.04 of a second faster with an 11:44, and Mashire, we've seen it earlier, also found a fast strat with the gas and brake at the start. Bouncing to the left with a bit of a different setup through the checkpoint, super quick, slowing down a little bit. Cool transition there for the downhill. Jumping across, block mix ending, and finish. We're coming up with a bit of a different strat here. Once again, this is so fast. This is so fast, this strat right here. Dropping down into that downhill, and finish. Really clean by Mashiro right there. Found the fast strat. Didn't have to slow down as much as other people after the start. And also, the one problem that he had that I can point out is he placed all of the blocks that he didn't use, by the way, so like the grass and the black platforms. He did not have flat blocks remaining for this ending. That's why he had to do this jump here. This jump you might look at is a little bit inefficient, but that was the only thing that he could really do, because he used all of the other flat blocks already at the start. He used them here, so he couldn't use them for the ending. Of course, it's always the thing that you have to think about. There's not that many blocks available, so you have to be efficient with them. And now, once again, 0.2 of a second faster, a familiar face that we've talked about a lot, especially in the All Sides battle. It is Yumi with an 11:27. And we're so back. Double plastic bounce in the start once again. Jumping to the left, hitting the limits on this kind of strat now. Through there, drift into the finish. Clean. Clean run by Yumi. Very, very clean run. Double plastic bounce again at the start, as we saw previously, keeping good speed like that. Going below the grasser to keep a little bit more speed, and finish. Yeah, reaches the checkpoint at 2.3 seconds, then clean transition there, fast through this, into the checkpoint from the side. It goes below the grasser to keep all of this extra momentum, And then also here, finding the strat of getting rid of the penalty on the side. And here, uses a little bit of a bump into the finish, but keeps it clean, keeps it nice, and gets an 11:27. Very nice hunted run. Alright, that was Yumi. Next one is Zamaus with just 5 thousandths of a second faster. Crazy. 5 thousandths of a second faster. Let's take a look. Jumps up here, lands a little bit earlier than Yumi and goes through the triangle. Now use the grass into a clean transition onto that, then with a drift into the finish. Clean. Really clean run here by Zamaus as well. Lands very early, super clean transition there. Does the dirt or the dirt block mix here as well to get rid of the penalty. And then is able to use the platform here instead. And then also, to go a little bit more inside at the finish here, places one of the upper blocks so that he can clip over the edge and get into the finish just a little bit sooner, a little bit cleaner. Alright, very nice run there by Zamaus. We have, though, yet again, another similar route. 11:22 by Tada. Also finding wait, what is this song? Oh, it's this one. Oh, true. I was wondering what is the song. But yeah, next one. Tada, 11:22. Doing the double bounce again. Jumps up. Clean landing, does the wall right here into the ramp, similar to what we've seen previously. Grass hill, and then drift into wallbang finish. New strat found by Tada here. We haven't seen that yet. If you have the grass block available, you can place it into the finish like this. And this is just perfect for a wallbang finish. He can keep so much speed into the last turn, does not have to slow down one bit, just drives and wallbang finish. Really clean. Really clean there by Tada to get himself an 11:22. And once again, we have to compare these. It is so incredibly close between them. Let us take a look with Yumi and Tada. Let's take a look from camera 7 once again. Here we go. So they're doing similar jumps here. Yumi a little bit ahead. I think she did a little bit of a steering movement at the start or something like that, or block mix something to be a little bit ahead. I think it was block mix. That is why Yumi is a little bit ahead into the first checkpoint. Then all of them getting clean landings. You see Zamaus going for the inside line with the triangle. Has a little bit less speed, but is ahead right now. However, Yumi and Tada with more speed now coming back. Yumi going below the grasser. Tada and Zamaus going above. Tada and Zamaus having two different landings here. Tada now with the most speed got the best landing out of all of them, or the most speed out of the landing. Zamaus also a little bit more speed than Yumi coming around the last corners. It is Zamaus in first place, then Yumi. But now Tada coming back with the wallbang line and gets the overtake done. And the other two were also just 5 thousandths apart. Tada with the overtake into the finish with the wallbang. Would have missed the finish completely. Would not have gotten a fast time if he did not place that wallbang there. Really cool. Really cool. How do you remove the support? You place it in normal... Oh, I can say maybe... this right here, if you don't know how to get rid of the support, you place it in normal block mode, not block mix. You place it in normal block mode where you have the pillars, and then you just delete the pillar. You just delete the pillar below. So you like delete here or something. Or like from these blocks, you delete here. That's how you get rid of that. That's how you get the blocks like this. Alright, that was a Tada. And... I gotta take a drink for a second before we go into the next solution by Gazer Ports, because this one is crazy. I have just written in my notes for this run. I have just written, what the fuck? Let's take a look. Okay. Gazer ports with 11:19. What did he do to go faster than the others? Well, let's take a look. He did whatever this is. Aha. Goes to the left checkpoint first with a bug slide through the checkpoint. Jump up here, clean jump, finish. So what is happening? What is happening exactly? Well, the rest is pretty clean. He does a normal downhill, clean jump here, beautiful landing, honestly, with that ramp. Absolutely beautiful landing. Gets a nice downhill here, keeping the speed, nice platforms, everything, just super clean. But what the hell is going on here at the start? Let's just take a look. In slow camera, and actually I think normal camera is fine. 1/10 speed. This is 1/10 speed once again. Just have to remind you, this is 1/10 normal speed, 10%. Does gas and left, or press forward and left, then to the left and releases in the exact right moment to get this clip on the platform. And then into, I guess it's actually like a nose bug or bug slide through the checkpoint and keeps the speed. So sick. That's so sick. Jump up, clip into nose bug through the gap. And that gap is also so difficult to hit, I think, that he's getting here. Look at this. Oh, I love it. I love it. That is so cool. It's just so cool. I could watch this for ages. I love it. And the rest was also clean by Gazer ports. That was not press forward. He had to steer for it. He had to steer for it. Was not easy. 11:19. Very good run there by Gazer ports. However, we're not done yet. Next run that we have is by Noob BCP. And he also found a similar start that we saw previously. Insanely fast start with the gas and brake. But he does it to the left instead. Plastic bounces there and then really cool weight transfer to the left checkpoint. Jump up onto the platform here, over the ramp and into the finish. We haven't seen this route in a while, but it is also viable. As you can see, 11:13 by Noob BCP right here. But yeah, insanely fast with the plastic bounce. I love this weight transfer that he gets here. Super clean landing. And then keeps the speed up here, lands on the ramp, clean across into the checkpoint, and finishes. Really sick. Really sick stuff there by Noob BCP. Yeah, guys, I already changed the name like 30 seconds ago. Really mad. I remembered. Yeah, really cool stuff here by Noob BCP. Getting himself an 11:13. However, the next run is yet again a little bit faster. This right here is Inferno, and don't at me, I already changed it. Inferno with an 11:04, and he's going back to the classic route. Double plastic bounce. Plastic bounces again, and now look at that transition right here. How much speed he can carry through that checkpoint. Block mix finish as well. Beautiful transitions. Beautiful transitions right here. I love it. Really sick stuff there. Really clean from Inferno. 11:04. Finding the two plastic bounces as well. I love this rate transfer here. It is only with because he lands on this left wheels first and they go up that this is clean. It's so clean, that transition. So clean. And then also this is just work of art. And also, as I said before, this grass block right here fits super well with this platform as well to make the landing a little bit better, because obviously you used it here already. You only have two of these platform blocks, making it of course a little bit harder. And then here also for the finish is able to keep it fully straight. Uses a little bit of the ice, but that is fine. Just sets up for a nice drift into the finish to get an 11:04. But of course, if we're that close, in 11 is never gonna be enough. The next run by Leo gets the sub 11. 11:04 by Leo. And take a look at the start. Look at that. What a start. That is so creative by Leo, what he came up with here. I love it. And then also wallbang finish. Look at this. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's an 1096, I believe. Yes, 96 by Leo. But yeah, just coming up with this idea to bounce up. You have this, well, first of all, you jump up like this with a double bounce, right? And then coming up with the idea to bounce like this. And if you're in this position, using this wall from the triangle block, by the way, using the support of the triangle block, to turn around like that, perfect through the triangle, keeping good speed. And then also here, nice downhill line and into the finish with the wallbang. Super clean, really cool stuff by Leo. Really, really cool stuff. Alright, that is the first sub 11 of the evening. Will not be the last though. It will not be the last. We have still a few more. Which is crazy. And oh my god, I just remembered that the next one that is coming up, it is Stratos. And I wanna tell you already, get your wicked ready. Get it ready. You will need it for this. But first of all, what is even happening here at the start? It's a Stratos with an 1086. This is crazy. Look at, watch, just watch. Here you go. What? What is that? Oh my god. That is so wicked. Oh my god. I love it. I love it. Oh my god. So, yeah, he jumps up here, flips, plastic bounces into bug slide, wall ride, plastic bounce to the first checkpoint. Oh, makes sense. That was also my first idea, I gotta be honest. But then I, you know, obviously found something clearly better. This is crazy. How do you come up with this? How the hell do you come up with this? This is insane. Gotta look at this in camera 7 in slow motion like this. He has a ramp block mixed into this. He has a platform like this. He has the plastic. He has this block here. He uses that plastic bounce there. And all of this is happening in a span of 1 second. Let's take a look in slow motion. So he starts off here. First of all, goes sideways with the platform, like here you see he's starting on the platform, so he goes sideways, then bounce, bounce, and then against the edge here to flip up, plastic bounce here, holding to the right into the bug slide, then here block mixes the platform into this to get a nice clean transition into this, into plastic bounce once again, and all of this happened in a span of 2 seconds. That all happens in a span of 2 seconds. Jumps across here into the checkpoint once again. Nice drift across here. Ramp up to the last checkpoint and finish. Amazing. I love it. Such a cool run by Stratos here. 1086 by Stratos. Well, the next run, once again, is only 1/100th of a second faster though. It is a Sancha Bob, and he, again, as also a lot of other people, has found the fast thread to the right. Gas and brake at the same time. Here we go. Sancha Bob with an 85, just 1/100th of a second faster. Bounces there into the wall right. Early plastic bounce, another plastic bounce there. Dropping down to get a nice angle through that checkpoint and finish. Just like that. He is a lot more efficient with the distance. If you compare against the last one from Stratos, he's a lot more efficient with the distance. He's not traveling as much as Stratos was. But yeah, clean into the first checkpoint, just very fast through that. Then through the next checkpoint here with the drop, with the dirt, through the checkpoint, and finishes from the left side. Very nice run there by Sancha Bob. Next one. By our fellow underwater enthusiast, first time submitting as well. It's Suzuki with a 1084 and found a different strat to get this kind of fast strat here, to get below 11 seconds. Does the start like this to the straight to the checkpoint, clean downhill line here, nice drift over the ice, and finishes. So does a similar start strat as we've seen previously with the double bump, but holds brake crucially to get it a little bit faster, bounces across here for a very nice landing, instantly lands at the checkpoint, keeps so much momentum through it, 200 speed through there, and also just clean transitions across here, keeps all the speed over the ice to get a nice lineup instantly into the last drift, and finishes with an 10.84 by Suzui. Very nice run there by Suzui. Glad to see so many new faces participating this week. I wonder why nobody has done a nosebug yet. Spammy, aufpassen. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a nosebug. Gazer Ports earlier did a nosebug. One nosebug. We'll see. Maybe there's more though. We'll see. Gazer Ports did a nosebug. Let's see. What is the next one holding up for us though? With a 10.73. Let's take a look. What did Tududu come up with? Well, it's not a nose bug, but it is a bug slide through the first checkpoint once again. Like sometimes you see like different or similar strats and you think you have seen everything already, but then people come up with stuff like this. Just amazing stuff here by Tududu. Really love it. Jumping up here, he does a different strat, so he does the same strat as other people do with the fast strat, but he doesn't hold brake. That's the difference. Because of that, jumps to the side here, uses the ice block to keep the flat line, to not crash against the edge here. Then grass, jump up, plastic bounce, and then just bug slides through this into plastic bounce over 300 speed through the checkpoint. And then into checkpoint number 2, also a really cool block mix strat here to through the checkpoint, lands in the ramp, and then also a cool finish line here as well to get rid of the ice, to not have to deal with the ice. Just goes up and above it with the ramp and into the finish like that with a 10.73. Really cool strat here by Tududu. Really cool strat. Also, next one though now. Quentin coming up. We know Quentin for very wicked, interesting strats, and he also came up with the fast strat to the right. Quentin with a 10.64. Does it a slight bit differently though than others. He's jumping up and he's using the ramp to get a bit of a smoother landing there, to keep a little bit more speed through the checkpoint. And then drift the last section into the finish, just clean otherwise. Just really clean across here. One thing I haven't pointed out before yet is what they do here as they come through the checkpoint is they want to get to this black platform here. And for that, this block, this platform to black platform block is just perfect. Just keeping all of the momentum into the black platform, through the ramp, into this checkpoint, which admittedly is very difficult to get. It's sideways, and with the grass and everything, it's very difficult to get. And people are just figuring it out here perfectly. Jumping across and getting himself a 10.64. 10.64 for Quentin. Next one coming up is King Max run. Again, just 300ths of a second faster actually. King Max run. Let us take a look. A 10.61. Here we go. Is it correct or did I say twice? I said twice. God damn it. Yeah, spoiler for the next run. I'm sorry. There is another run after this. Sorry. This is King Max run with a 10.61. I pressed the button twice. I didn't implement the back button yet, so unlucky. This is King Max run with a 10.61. Does a very similar start strat, bouncing up. Does the same strat with the ramp, but now going through the checkpoint from the other side. Clean downhill, over the dirt, through the last checkpoint, and a finish. Really cool stuff here. Very smooth. I love that downhill, especially. Like that downhill to keep speed through there. Really cool. Really cool stuff there by King Mac. But yeah, very similar lines being found here. Of course, here at the end you can tell, losing a little bit of time with a bump. The problem was, for King Mac, he didn't have any more flat blocks available. He used them already here at the start, or had to use them here at the start. So did not have a flat block available for this. This is the best you can pretty much come up with the triangle and then the bouncer. You mitigate the bounce a little bit, but it does make you a little bit slower. It's one part where you don't have grip, you are not traveling to the side, you're traveling just straight in the direction you were going. And you, of course, in this turn here, you want to keep turning all the time. With that, losing just a tiny bit of time, but it, of course, makes it a lot harder. I intentionally did not give you too many blocks to work with to make that specifically difficult. I pressed the button again. I'm such an idiot. Well, so the next one is Milmi. Why? God damn it. Okay, the next one is Milmi. We saw it earlier, 1050 by Milmi. And he actually came up with a completely new strat once again. New strat by Milmi. 1050. Let's take a look. He's doing the same start line as we saw previously, gas, brake, and to the right. But he's doing the wall ride a little bit earlier. Take a look. Jumps up straight into the wall ride through the checkpoint immediately with a plastic bounce, drop down here, over the transitions, and into the finish. Really cool stuff here by Milmi. Really cool stuff. I like that strat a lot. In fact, I tried it as well at one point. Small spoiler. I also had the strat at one point. But yeah, really cool stuff here by Milmi. Jumping up like this instantly into a wall ride to, you know, always the difficult thing is, like, this is kind of mean with the bumper. You can get so much speed towards the checkpoint, but once you're through the checkpoint, you do not want to be traveling here, yeah? You know? You want to be traveling to the left or to the right. You want to turn around. How do you turn around most efficiently? Well, usually the answer is a wall ride like this. And he does it immediately. First things first that he does, out of the jump at the start, instantly goes into the wall ride to be facing a little bit more left, keeping more speed, onto the black platform, clean transitions here, going below the grass hill, and then, of course, does not have as many blocks available. As we could see here, he has to go a little wider than the other players, and having to use the big block right here, like the very useful flat block. And because of that, has to become a little bit creative for the ending, but figured it out nicely. That was 10. Oh my god, wait, fuck, that was not, shit. I was not supposed to show that. Press the one button. Here we go. Oh my god, that is still the wrong button. Yeah, for some reason he named it Puzzle XTD. For some reason he named it Puzzle XTD. I don't know why. He made it a lot harder for me to find the thing. Alright, next thing. Let's take a look at the run. It is Voltice, as we saw earlier. Alright, let's take a look. I didn't change the name, I think. Hopefully. I didn't change the name. Here we go. Voltice. Here we go with a 1047. And the craziest thing about Voltice is he uploaded this run while I was still streaming on Friday. Like, I revealed the map on Friday, and within 3 hours, he already sent in this run. Super early submission by Voltice. I think he was this is the oldest standing submission out of everybody. Bolef sent in earlier, but he updated later. Other than that, Voltice was the first one to submit his final time. And he also came up with the gas brake strat here to the right. And he made it very clean. Let's take a look. Jump up to the right, instant plastic bounce through the checkpoint, then jump across there into the grass, over the black platforms into the ramp, and finishes. Very clean, very nice. by Voltais. Very nice run here. How do you find this so fast? I don't know. Crazy stuff there by Voltais. Nice, very nice to see. On the first day, and just going straight ahead with the solution. Very nice run by Voltais. Maybe did not know about the block mix that you can do at the ice checkpoint. Didn't matter though. He just had the black platforms here, and this is actually pretty fast. This is a pretty fast, nice line. Keeps good speed through this as well. Nice line straight into the finish. And also just keeping great speed through this checkpoint. Found the block mix at this checkpoint here though, to get rid of the penalty. Oh yeah, just clean, nice run by Voltais. How much time did they have to submit? 1 week. And he submitted after the first 3 hours. You had 1 week time for this. And now another first time submitter. Again, only 200ths of a second faster. It is a Schuldenberater. Schuldenberater with a 10:45. And here we go. Once again, same strat. We have seen it before. They are pushing it further and further. Jumping up. Plastic bounce. Doing the plastic bounce a little bit higher. Keeping great speed through the checkpoint though. Doing it super risky. Dropping down below the grasses. Small drift and finish. Keeps so much speed through there. Over the ramp. Drop down into the black platform landing. And finish line there. We gotta take a comparison now. We have so many similar runs here. We gotta look at a comparison between them. And let's take a look between Voltais and Schuldenberater. So, at the start, you can see they're both doing the same strat here. You have to counter steer here, by the way, otherwise you will clip. This is insane, by the way. I haven't pointed this out yet. Look at how clean this landing is. It's so clean. It's as if I intended this strat. Who knows? I didn't. I absolutely didn't. But it's so clean. It is so clean. Now, of course, though, Voltais, plastic bouncing earlier. Schuldenberater only bounces against the plastic now. A little bit behind, but then keeps great speed through the checkpoint, going a little bit wider than Voltais. Voltais instantly jumping, now doing the different lines. Voltais going for the grasser, and then Schuldenberater dropping below, landing here. However, now Voltais with more speed, once again, going up high through the last checkpoint. And let's take a look in Camp 7 as they come around the final bend into the finish, coming from both sides. Schuldenberater on the left, Voltais on the right. They're so close to each other, but it is Schuldenberater somehow taking it by 200ths of a second in front of Voltais. Really clean between them. Cool stuff. But is that line the fastest line, or can you do more? Well, the next one is a Salmon. He has a pretty similar line to Milmi from earlier. He is about 500ths of a second faster. Now the question is, where did he find those 500ths? A 0.45. Well, he did it a little bit different. He also jumps into the wall right at the start, but he instantly goes into a bug slide through the checkpoint, over the grasser, drop down into the downhill, drift to the left and finish. This is a crazy line here, once again by Salmon. Really wicked line. Instantly into the wall ride, setting up for a bug slide. It's just crazy. Hits the checkpoint actually. Like without the checkpoint hit, I don't think this works. This looks so difficult. He is steering quite a bit here as well. He's steering, counter steering there, releasing gas, brake. Like, this is so hard to do. This is so hard to do, the start here. But it works, it's fast. Gets the downhill done. To the left, clean finish. And there you go. That's Salmon's submission with a 10:45. However, there's still, once again, more possible. Next one is Rock Skater. And I can say, he had a different route previously. He did change though to a different route at the very end on the last day. At first, he went to the left side, took the checkpoints in a different order, but then on the last day also figured out this strat right here with the gas and brake, found it as well. Wall right hit, plastic bounce, keep good speed, inside line through there, grass hill, dropping down over the ramps here, small ramp jump into the last checkpoint and finish. Really keeping nice speed through here, over the hills, and going into the finish like that. His previous solution, I can tell you, this is a 1040. He had a 1060 or something, 0.2 of a second faster, where he went around this side and took the checkpoints in this order. Now, was it worth it? Everybody is doing this strat right now. Almost everybody is doing this exact strat that Rockskater found here. Was it worth it to change his strat? He did end up being faster by 0.2. Is it the right choice though? We will see. Because we're not done yet. It was not enough to go fast, to be fastest with that. Because the next round is 3700 faster. And once again, if I can tell you, if you were getting maybe bored by just seeing the same strat over and over, we have Alec Beast to the rescue. What are we looking at? Well, we're looking at a wall. Oh god, get ready for this. This, I can tell you, is the very first run that is using this checkpoint order. We have not seen this checkpoint order yet. This is the first time we're seeing this checkpoint order. Let's take a look. He's going straight to the right through the checkpoint into checkpoint 2. He already has 2 checkpoints, 3 checkpoints, 4 checkpoints around here below the start and finish. What? What is this? So wicked. Oh my god. It takes him literally like 2-3 seconds and he has 2 checkpoints already. Right here. This is checkpoint 2. 2.5 seconds. And he is at checkpoint 2 already. Yeah, let's take a look at slow motion. He is going so fast. Bounce, bounce against the wall here. Another bounce fits through this gap somehow. Goes into a spin, into a plastic bounce here. Perfectly lines up. And then into a ramp, a jump up, flips up to the next checkpoint. Now bounces around on this one. Roof hit, keeps the speed through the checkpoint. And then just a clean finish here. Now has the small problem. There's a giant wall like in front of him towards the finish. He has like a small wall here, you know? So he has to go around below and then finishes like that with a 10:37 for Alec Bees. Insane. The crazy thing is he has 2 checkpoints already. 2.5 seconds is a good time to be in the first checkpoint normally. If you just go to the checkpoint here anyways. That is a good time, but he already has 2 checkpoints at this point. The thing is though, he is getting this checkpoint on the right super quickly. I mean, let's just look at this in normal speed. Oh, it's insane. Like, it's insane. I love it. I just can watch this forever. By the way, this is press forward. This is full press forward, the start. This is press forward. It's insane that this works, press forward. It's insane that he found this. It's insane. But yeah, he's getting the checkpoint on the right early and skips it for the end. You have to say though, that is the easiest checkpoint to get. He is definitely faster with it. He can skip to the left immediately. He doesn't have to go to the right here. He's definitely faster with it. But it is certainly the easiest checkpoint to skip from all of them. Certainly the easiest checkpoint that you could skip from them. But yeah, really nice run though by Alec Bees. We are not stopping with the wickedness though. Because the next player coming up is my teammate from yesterday. It is Alcon. Once again participating. And okay, what is happening at the start here? Loading in. What is going on? He found a 10.3. So he has 2 blocks, block mix like this. Both black platform blocks, block mix on either side with the plastic here. And then like this. What is happening here? I guess he's just like landing here and drifting around. But why is this plastic here? Like, what is this doing here? I don't know. No idea. Well, I would say let's take a look. 10.3 by Alcon. Let's watch. What? What is that box light? Oh my god. It's just insane. I love it. Oh my god, I love it. He gets the checkpoint like that. He also gets the other checkpoint from inside like that. And into the finish. I love it. I love it. It's so cool. So cool. In slow motion here, once again, he jumps up. He does 2 roof hits here. First of all on this one. And then he hits this so perfectly to just box right through. Doesn't hit the checkpoint. It's amazing. I could watch this for days. I love it. The only problem with it, he gets a little bit of an acceleration penalty. He mitigates it a little bit by doing a nice downer here and also clean transition here, but he does get a little bit of an acceleration penalty from that hit. But it's just so clean. It's just so clean. Like, really sick run here by Alcon. Love it. 10:30. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff by Alcon. It is not enough though. It is not enough. You guys have been cooking. It is not enough yet. We have more replays. A few, in fact. Okay. Next one. By Search Tail. And like, at this point, we're just getting to, like, every time we start a run, it's the question, what is even happening? Here we go. Search Tail with a 10:26. This is crazy. Oh my god, this map is so busted. Oh my god, what is happening? What is even happening anymore here at the start? It's so insane, I love it. Oh my god. Alright, let's take a look at slow-mo. We will need it. He jumps out here, gas, brake, stuck in this block here, which gives him a nice speed boost. Already, by the way, here, at 730 speed, 2/10 into the run. It's 2/10. He has driven for 2/10, and he is at 700 speed. This is insane. But then, jumps against this. Does a sick spin up here and then through the checkpoint, hits the checkpoint and does an action key bug slide. He does an action key 2 bug slide through this against the plastic, drops back down into this and keeps the speed. What is even happening? What is happening? Drops on here and just clean finish. Like the finish is clean. Finds the block mix. Like, what am I supposed to say at this point? Like, what is even happening in these runs anymore? I don't even know. I don't even know. Oh my god. Also, by the way, thank you guys for the hype train. Really appreciate it. I was a pillar out there. I will thank all the subs and alerts afterwards. At the moment they're paused, but thank you guys. Appreciate it. This is insane by Search Day. I like. How does it keep going? We are not done yet. We are not done yet. It just doesn't stop. Next one by Kuroki is coming up with a 10:22. Let's take a look. What is going on? Does an insane flip there. Now drops on here over the border. And then block mix finish clean as well. Like, huh? This is insane. 10:22, 2:22. Yeah, Shorty is pretty happy about that time. Oh my god, man. Let's just look at it in slow motion already. Jumping up here, then flips like this up here. Now it's not quite high enough, but use the grass hill for that. Plastic bounces into the checkpoint. He's in the first checkpoint in 1 second. It's 1 second and he's in the checkpoint already. And then somehow he fits through this gap, through the triangle. Like, how is there even space for this? Like, and it just works. It just works. Keeps the speed like this as well. It's insane. Got also a small acceleration penalty, similar to Alcon, but it just doesn't matter at that speed. He gets the checkpoint at in 1 second. Like, you just take an acceleration penalty for that. Well, who cares? You know? Who cares? Insane stuff by Kuroki. At 10:22. However, we are getting pretty close to a magical number. 10:22. The next run sent in the very last minute by previous month's fastest time sitter, Marius89. He did not get the sub 10. He did get as 10.029. Not quite enough yet. Marius with a 10.029. And he sent this in, he drove this run at 23:59 on the last day. Let's take a look. He found the strat to the right again, as well as other people, and then goes through the checkpoint like this, and look at this landing! It's so clean! Finds a grass and ramp transition to get this landing right here. So sick. So sick. Then uses the ice dirt to get nicely into the finish from the left side as well, which can be faster if you nail it very nicely with the drift. It's very hard, but it can be faster. And yeah, 10.02 for Marius. Finding the fast trap to the right, jumping up here through the checkpoint, keeping the speed, and then also here using the plastic block actually to drive. Nobody else has done this, I think, yet. I think at the very start we had one person doing it, but nobody else has been using it as just as a platform to drive on, which is really interesting. And then also just this landing is really creative. I love it. I love it. However, a 10.02 is never gonna be enough for a win if it's so close. Sadly, Marius, after being denied last month, not winning the prize money, and the prize money going to this month, not able to win, and he's getting beaten out by another person who also finished their run in the very last minute at 23:59 and also didn't get this up by 100 faster, 10.01 by Nitra, driven. Both of those runs are within 100 of each other, and they were driven literally in the same minute, also at 23:59. And he's also finding the same strat to the right, keeping more speed into the black platform, drop down here to the left, over the dirt, and finishing from behind. Insane. Insane. We gotta take a look. We gotta take a look at the comparison between them. Let's take a look with camera 7 once again. Here we go. Marius versus Nitra. Here we go. So they're starting off exactly the same. Then going for the plastic bounce. Going for the exact same plastic bounce here. Now Nitra going for a little bit more risk through the checkpoint. You have to release for the strat. If you're doing the strat, you have to release to get through the checkpoint. Very hard strat to do. Goes a little bit faster. Of course, both of them were finishing in the last minute. This was their last attempt for both of them to finish a run. Going through here. Now Marius going with a much more direct line into this checkpoint. Nitra going below to keep the speed. Both entering the checkpoint now. Nitra getting it slightly earlier on, but more inside. A little bit less speed than Nitra. They're both coming back once again. Marius with the inside line, overtaking, coming towards the finish. And now it's just who nails the last turn the best. Coming around, and it is by 100th of a second. Somehow Nitra ahead of Marius. Also, you can tell Marius was using his horn at the end. Because he was nervous. He always has every time when he's nervous about a run, he's using his horn. Incredible. And I can tell you, those were the fastest runs with that strat. We have seen this strat with that bounce to the right multiple times now already. And that was the maximum. A sub 10 needed better. We needed something better for the sub 10. And the man to do it, we have seen runs from him multiple times already. It is a familiar name. It is Doomy. Finally, properly participating with a 9.90, getting the sub 10. And here you go. Also finding the strat that Alec found to the right. This is the run. Take a look. Bouncing to the right, to the checkpoint, jumping up and... Wait. Ah, this can't be right. Wait, no, never mind. This is what he sent on the first day. This is his press forward route. This is his press forward. Turtles through the checkpoint. Of course, why wouldn't you do a turtle in a press forward line? Drops down here. Small bounce there, adjusting over the ice. And going towards the finish in 34 seconds with a press forward. Yeah, he found this, I believe, on the first day, and he thought to himself, wait, this is actually kind of fast. Wait, that strat is kind of sick. Maybe, for once, I should actually participate. And here you go, this is the real run. Doomy with a 990. Here you go. Buck slides through the checkpoint. Oh, it's insane. It's insane. I love it. I love this competition. Like, look at that. Uses the ice to adjust his line after the bug slide down in here and finish with a 990. It's just insane. 9.90 with this run. I love it. I love it. Alright, but yeah, like, once again, if you didn't see the start earlier, goes with the bounce against this block here, through the gap, flips around into the checkpoint here, now jumps up, small release here, he has to release and turn to the left now, until here it was press forward, and then plastic bounces onto the black platform into a bug slide perfectly, look at how close that is, through the checkpoint, and then going onto the ice to keep his momentum in the with the small ice slide, to keep just more momentum, straightening out, and then driving around into the finish. 990, the first sub 10 by Doomy. It's not the only sub 10 though. It's not the only one. Next one is Tenchi. Somebody very familiar with press forward starts. Previously won the virtual competition with a very similar format, with a press forward one over everybody, and coming up with a 978, and found something crazy as well. Going like that through the first checkpoint with a wall ride into the next checkpoint, small ice turn, and finish. What is happening? Again? What is happening? It's insane. 9.7 by Tenchi. Oh my god. Oh my god. The craziest thing with this one is she actually has to steer at this finish. She has to steer. Like, this is not a press forward. Gas, brake, plus left at the start, first of all. Bouncing here, block mix, by the way, first of all. Block mixing the platform in here and the plastic bounce. Gas, brake, left. Then hitting, releasing left turn. Hitting this block here to get into a flip. Bouncing up here, this is 1/10 speed, by the way, still. Then turning left here to counter steer into a plastic bounce wall ride to keep the momentum going. Plastic bounce there against the wall. Then turning back to the right here against the diagonal wall on this one, onto the platform here. Small roof it, keep the momentum going, and go through the checkpoint. It's insane. So difficult. Like, this must have taken ages to get start on this. It's a really precise setup. It's so many inputs actually at the start. That's crazy. Then also finding a nice drop down there. Ice setup for the last drift and finish. That is also a really difficult thing as well. Some people have found a press forward line, you know? And then, of course, they have a lot more attempts at this ending. if they find a press forward for the start, obviously they're gonna get way more attempts and they can push also more at these last turns. Tenchi probably only got a start every few minutes, looking at the difficulty of the start right here. And then it's also, of course, way harder to optimize the rest of the run. But that was a Tenchi with a 978. And it keeps going. It keeps going. After Tenchi comes Janus. Also, again, I believe, first time participating. And got himself a 968. And let's just take a look. What is happening on this one? Double plastic bound start. To the right, dropping down here, and drift into finish. This may look similar to the classic that we saw earlier, the typical bounce to the right. However, this one is much faster because he block mixed the black platform into the start. The black platform into the start makes you go so much faster for some reason. And then using the grass hill here to bounce to the side, also having to do multiple inputs here in the start, by the way, and doing a double plastic bounce like this to keep speed. It's just insane to me. It's just insane. Insane. Then landing into the downhill, nice drift around here, and beautiful finish. Beautiful finish. I really gotta watch that finish again in slow-mo. You have to take a look at this finish in slow-mo. Cuts it so tight with the finish. And it really matters. It really matters with finishes like that, how tight you go into the finish. It's insane. Insane. Great stuff there by Janus. 968. However, it keeps going. Keeps going. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. It's Smithy. You might have thought that we're going back to the normal strats now. Do the normal this checkpoint first and then the loop around. No. Smithy also found this strat with the big wall ride block in the start and got himself a 967, just 100th of a second faster than Janus. Once again, let's take a look. It's so clean. It's just so clean. What is happening? It's so clean. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. It's so insane. Once again, like 2 seconds into the run, he has 2 checkpoints already. And he has speed. And he's already lined up for the next checkpoints. It's crazy. It's so crazy. The bumper is just too overpowered. It's so overpowered, especially with plastic bounces. It's so overpowered. It's crazy. Once again, you can take a look at this one. Bouncing to the right, flipping around, then jumping against here, and now he's using the ramp to flip like this and gets a clean plastic bounce there, driving around here through the checkpoint, through the triangle, does the small hop right here into that grass hill and finishes. And we gotta take a look at the comparison between Smithy and Doomy from earlier. Let's take a look. So let us take a look here at the start. First of all, they're starting here. Similarly, of course, they're doing the same start strat, both flipping in the exact same way. However, now, Smithy jumping earlier, Doomy jumping later, jumping up like this. Now, they're doing different strats. Doomy setting up for a bug slide, whereas Smithy is going through the checkpoint normally. Doomy gets the checkpoint earlier, or basically it's the same at the same time, but now already facing the next checkpoint. However, Smithy with more speed. Smithy has more speed going through the next checkpoint. They're exactly tied going through the next checkpoint as well. However, now different lines. Doomy going from the right side, Smithy just doing a hop over the grass hill. With that, a lot quicker and able to beat out Doomy by 2/10 of a second into the finish. It's just so insane what you guys come up with. However, we have a comeback by a puzzle legend, Archidamos, beating them out by another 600ths of a second, or 500ths of a second, a 962. And let me just tell you, you are not ready for what you are about to witness. You are not ready. Archidamos with a 962. Here we go. This is amazing. Oh my god. Comeback of this round. We have not seen it in ages. And what is happening? What is even happening anymore? Oh my god, it's insane. So, at the start, he's going... First of all, new find, new strat found at the start. He is placing the dirt checkpoint here once again. Or we had it once, I believe. We had it once before. But he's placing the dirt checkpoint here so that one wheel lands on it so that he gets a different start. Holds gas and right into the plastic bounce. And then goes through like this. He's already at like 500, 600 speed or something at this point. Flipping across this grass checkpoint right here. Okay, I gotta take a look at normal camera because it's just too fast. It's too crazy. I can't, even in 1/10 speed, I can't keep up with camera 7. It's insane. Goes through like this. Plastic bounce. Flip. Then hits the next grass block like this. Bouncing back down with another plastic bounce. And now hits the checkpoint. And he's still going at like 300, 400 speed through the air. And then hitting that plastic bounce like that, keeping the momentum through the checkpoint right here. And then I love this roof it. I absolutely love that roof it, that he found that roof it. It's so clean. It's so fast. I like, can I point out real quick just how much he travels at the start? This is half speed, by the way, again. At like 1.7 seconds, he's so far gone. He's so far away. He literally goes to the scenery of the track. He's going so far away from the track. Hits the second checkpoint at 3.5 seconds. And then dropping down here. Of course, he doesn't have to take this checkpoint now anymore. He went through it at the start. Goes through the checkpoint. Drives across over the border. And into the finish from the side. Incredible comeback from this route right here. It's insane that this is... still faster. It's still not sure what the fastest route is. But I just have to take a deep breath for this. We have finally reached the sub 10. We got a 990 by Doomy, a 978 by Tenchi, a 968 by Janus, a 967 by Smithy, a 962 by Archidamos. However, the next run by Techie is another 6/10 faster. A 9.04. 6/10 of a second faster. Out of nowhere. And my only comment, once again, for Techie's route right here, the only thing I noted down is in big capital letters, what the fuck? Take a look. It's just... I don't know. What am I supposed to say anymore? What is happening? What is going on? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I don't know what to say anymore. It's so insane. It's so insane. I love it. It's comeback of the old road once again. That's just too much for me. It's too much. Okay. Okay. let's digest. What the hell is happening here? First of all, once again, similar to Archidamus earlier, he found the dirt trick right here with the triangle at the start into plastic bounce, which is a little bit faster. Now, in 110 speed, going like this, now he's turning left. He has to turn here. This is not like a press forward or something set up. He has to turn left here and to a small bump. He gets a small bump intentionally on this block to bug slide up here into this pillar block from the triangle, plastic bounce through the checkpoint, through the triangle, somehow doesn't get an acceleration penalty from this, keeps through this, has to steer multiple things, brake, left, right, another roof it right here on the wall right, into the ramp, keeps the speed, over the grassel, into the downhill, and then just clean finish, finishing from the left side. I don't know, it's just insane. It's just beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Like, a long time ago, sub 10 didn't seem possible. Like, we had so many 11 ones, so many 10-second ones. It looked like it was the limit. But somehow they managed to keep the speed like this. But as I said, a sub 10 didn't seem possible. And watching this, does a sub 9 seem possible to you? Well, it doesn't matter if it seems possible or not, because it is real. A sub 10 is possible, because the next run of an 898 did manage to get the sub 9-second barrier. We are in the 8-second range now. And it is by Imperator. Imperator has been scoring so well in every single puzzle competition so far. Always super high up, scoring well, finding incredible solutions, and getting himself the sub 9-second time. Let's just take a look. Like, what is even happening anymore? What is happening? This is insane. This is insane. This is press forward, by the way. This is actually press forward. This entire stuff is just press forward. It's so easy. Just place these blocks like this, press forward. You don't even have to do anything. It's insane. This is full press forward. Oh my god. Also super clean finish. Like this run, because this start is press forward. Well, first let's take a look. Because this start is press forward, he can risk the ending so much more. He can push it so much more because he gets an attempt every single try, but yeah, here in the start, using the black platform with the pillar underneath, another black platform, two black platforms stacked on top of each other with the plastic bounce right here. It was crucial that he bugs through a black platform in the start, I believe. And let's just take a look. Let's just take a look. In 110 speed, we will need it. Goes here, jumps up, and it's just press forward. Goes into this wall ride, then plastic bounce like this, is on his roof, but somehow this works. Plastic bounce here, flips around with, once again, the triangle wall. This triangle pillar block was so useful. It's insane how useful this wall was. It's like, I love how useful this wall was. Yeah, and then goes through this. Also, once again, a really cool strat here. For a tiny bump, he's placing this grass block in between. This is like giving him a tiny bump on the landing. And then just flips across here, takes the speed through the checkpoint, or keeps the speed through the checkpoint. It's just insane. It's just so insane. And he's like instantly facing the checkpoint. He doesn't even have to do anything. He doesn't have to do anything. He just lands and he's perfectly lined up. But not only that, he's also like perfectly optimizing this. He has the uphill block right here going through like this, going up and down, then also finding this really clean ramp landing to keep all of his speed with that kind of transition, and then has so many blocks still available to him, can use the dirt for a nice setup for the drift, has the gear as well. That gear was difficult to get, by the way. A lot of people were struggling with the gear right here, but he gets it clean before the dirt, and also it's just such a clean run. Like, as I said, he has a press forward start. He could really push this to the maximum. And this ending is just nailed to perfection. It's so clean. It's so clean by Imperator. But it is not enough. Once again, it is not enough once again. Because our fellow number 2 player is here. Shorty with an 892, also getting the sub 10. And I'm just gonna say, let's just take a look at this start to just investigate. Like, well, what do we think was gonna happen here? Like, so he has to also place the dirt here. So at the start, he also has the dirt, and he has the plastic right here. And then for some reason, he has like this wall and a grass block here. For some reason, then he has like a plastic block here and this. I don't know what is happening here. What do you think is gonna happen here? Well, this is gonna happen here. Gets a perfect bug slide landing, perfect setup into the wall ride, drift around here through the checkpoint and finish. Super clean once again. Cool strat at the start. Let's take a look in slow motion. Starts with press forward left into this, jumps up, has to release it now to get the perfect setup into the bug slide. Really difficult actually to get the perfect bug slide here. Jumps up with the grass into a plastic bounce, jumps across, perfect landing here. This is also so optimized, this black platform landing through the checkpoint, completely ignores the grass hill, gets a nice downhill landing into this platform. Nice drift to the left, over the dirt, and into the finish. Really clean run by Shorty. Really clean run. The thing is, of course, also, they're using different blocks in the ending and in the middle part, because they also just have different blocks available to them, you know? I didn't give you guys a lot of blocks. Like, for example, in the case, I want to actually show again, because I forgot to say that. In the case of Shorty right here, he uses, like, the grass block here already. He uses the plastic blocks, he uses another grass block here, he uses the black platform blocks. He doesn't have as many blocks available to him anymore. These are the ones that he didn't use, for example. There's really not an abundance of blocks this time. Also, by the way, he did find the strat of using the platform here to get rid of the penalty. Curiously, didn't use it though. Like, this is not penalty here, so he didn't actually drive over the platform at all. But yeah, did come up with that strat as well. Definitely makes it a lot easier to hunt, that's for sure. And into the finish like that. Come on, how can I not win with this? Shorty riding, how can I not win with this? Well, you get your answer soon, because yeah, it's not enough. It was not enough. It was not enough. The next one with an 888. Just another 0.04 of a second faster is Eastfor. And why not? Let's just investigate again. What is happening here at the start? So, let's take a look and look at the clues. So he has a dirt block on the left, platform block on the right, for some reason. Then plastic block here, has a black platform here on the side, curiously, that probably will not be used for the ending. And then a plastic block here and this? And where does the route go? I don't see anything here. Where does the route go? Like, there's just not any route. It's not continuing. What is happening here? Let's take a look. Because this is what is happening here. What the fuck? Eastfor, you can't do this. That's insane. I love this. Oh my god. That's just so clean. It's so clean. Insane route found by Eastfor right here. 0.88. Insane. Insane run here by Eastfor. Again in slow motion. Drops down. Press forward start. Drops to the bounces to the right. And now does just a really cool spin here. Starts holding gas and brake to set up for a bug slide. Plastic bounce here. Bounces back. Like, you were not supposed to use this for a horizontal plastic bounce. These are used for roofage. But he just bounces against it and bounces back again with this connection here. This doesn't look real. Like, if you look at it in slow motion, it doesn't even look real. It doesn't make sense. But he keeps 200 speed through it, then again uses the ice here to perfectly set himself up. It goes through this checkpoint here. Also really nice, cool detail with the black platform through this into this block right here to get a super clean transition right here. He has the black platform and the platform lined up through this, and with that gets a small flip at the jump right here, as you can see with his right wheels into the wall ride, and also with this wall ride line. Another good thing about this one is with this wall ride line, he can drive over the border. He goes more inside, drives over the border, gets a nice drift across here with the dirt, through the checkpoint, to the left, and into the finish. And we gotta look at the comparison between these guys. Like, they were so close to each other. We have Eastful, Shorty, Imperator, and Techie. Techie with a 904, then Imperator with a 0.98, Shorty with a 92, and Eastful with a 0.88. And let's just take a look. What are they doing here? What did they cook for us here in the start? So they're starting off with 110 speed here. We can see Imperator with the fastest start because he has placed the black platforms inside, which he bugs through at the start. Then the others starting here, some of them bouncing across to the left, Shorty and Eastwood bouncing. Then Techie with his bug slide setup here, and Imperator going very far to the right with his press forward setup. The first one to get the checkpoint is Techie jumping through the triangle at 0.9 seconds already in the checkpoint. Next one is Eastful at 1 second flat. Then Shorty coming in, and the last one is Imperator through the checkpoint. Now Techie is here on the left side already, going through the wall ride. Then Eastful is hitting the wall there with this plastic bounce. Imperator flying through the air. Shorty bug sliding over the wall ride. It's far away right now. Techie is far in the lead compared to Shorty. However, Techie with the lowest speed, Shorty with the highest speed, and with the best blocks available still to him. Then they go through the checkpoint right here. It is Techie barely first, then Imperator, and Shorty followed by Eastful, and then Shorty. Now they come through the next part, dropping down here, coming into the third checkpoint. Now Shorty, Techie, and Imperator taking the inside line through the checkpoint, as you can see. Eastful going with the wall ride line, taking a high line, but now is able to jump over the barrier and coming back on the inside. Shorty, Techie, and Imperator super close to each other on the white lines, and now they come towards the finish. Remember what I said previously? Imperator and Techie, like, they had more easier lineups. For example, Shorty had a very difficult start, only getting an attempt every few minutes probably. Shorty at the moment is in the lead. However, now coming towards the finish, turning around the last corner through the last checkpoint, and it is at the very end, Imperator just coming barely around the corner right there at 1/100th speed. Who is gonna take it? The first one to finish is Eastful. Then after Eastful with a more inside line is Shorty. I don't know why the shadows are messed up like this. Then Imperator, the next one to cross the finish line at 8.9 seconds. And the last one is Techie with a 904. Incredible stuff. But that is not enough. It is not enough. Because the next player to have a faster run is actually doing a different checkpoint order. The next player, David H, with an 883, somehow is doing a different checkpoint order than everyone else. And like, this is crazy. Okay, like, what is the start? Do we even need to investigate this? Like, there's a platform on the right, dirt on the left, plastic here, and for some reason, there's a wall in front of him. What do you mean? Why is there a wall in front of him? Let's take a look. David H with an 883. And this is what he does. Oh my god. What just happened? He's going to the left checkpoint first, into a bug slide through the checkpoint, bouncing there to adjust his line, drift through the last checkpoint and finish. It's just insane. That's insane. 883 with this run, gets a sub 9 on this route. Barely anyone did this route, and he gets a sub 9 with it. So insane. So insane. Crazy stuff here. Okay, in slow motion. We need slow motion. So, start. First of all, bouncing here with from the dirt and the platform here. Bouncing through the wall, just bugging through the wall, gets insane speed. Goes up to 500, 600, 800 speed at this point. 845 already. At the start, the inputs as well. He's doing press forward left at the start, for the start here. Going up into this block. Then plastic bounce, starts holding brake now to fit barely through this gap. What is this gap? There is no gap. How is he fitting through this? This is insane. Like, look at this. Just fits through this, barely through the checkpoint. And then somehow, with this, sets up for a bug slide. For a bug slide at like 400 speed or something, 300 speed. Perfectly through the checkpoint, and now look at this bug slide. He has to. This bug slide is so difficult to do. He is holding first bug slide inputs now. Now he releases the steering, steers again. Now he has to release the brake, and now brakes again to go just a little bit wider to exactly fit through the checkpoint. It was not a perfect setup for the bug slide. It was not perfect setup. He had to do multiple inputs there to get through the checkpoint like this. I think it was just a small release there, and then this is so clever. Like, this bounce here, like, imagine you're David H jumping like this and you somehow want to land clean in the checkpoint. What do you do? And he came up with this bounce against the wall, right? Landing like that and around the checkpoint like this. Nice drift, finding the nice bounce like or the nice transition right there as well. Over the over the border with this transition. This checkpoint or this block here, of course, could not be changed. This was used for the start. And yeah, straight into the finish at 8.3. But maybe it was not the right choice in the end. Maybe it was not the right choice in the end. Because there's another one. Again, faster. Another first-time participation by Vortex or Vortex with an 871. 871. And he does the old strat again. Let's take a look. Bounces straight to the right and jumps through there with a perfect pirouette downhill into the last checkpoint. Drift, inside line, finish. Beautiful. Just beautiful line through the checkpoint. Has so much speed. Perfect distance as well. Like, he just does not waste any distance. Such a clean line through that checkpoint in particular. And finishes with a .71. 71. Once again, in slow motion. This is just beautiful. Super fast strat to the side already. Once again, goes up to 700 speed in the span of 0.2 of a second. Jumps up to the right here. Now holds left. He starts holding left at the start. He's doing press forward right here. This is press forward. Now, in the exact right moment, has to start turning left against this plastic. Then double roof it into wall. Against this, now holds gas, brake and left for this pirouette, has to release it now and lands clean here and then perfectly with the block mix through this checkpoint, drives through, gets a nice downhill line, keeping all of his momentum through the checkpoint, through the last turn, over the ice, into the dirt and into the finish. A .71, so clean. Once again, I want to compare this one real quick, because this was so incredibly similar to Imperator's run that we saw previously. And if we take a look at Imperator's run, They both start to the right, slightly different. Imperator did like another block mix at the start. They are jumping through here, now doing a different bounce, and they are so similar. Like, I love how similar their runs are. But now Imperator lands below and losing speed because of that, and that is where Vortex overtook into the finish. 1500s ahead, again keeps it into the finish line, clean with a .71. First time submission. Insane, so cool to see new faces. But finally, the last but of today, it was only enough for the second place. Second place for Vortex of Voctec. We have another first time submission. First time submitting. And apparently only has 300 hours in the game. Has been boasting on Discord, saying that the sub 10 was possible, making people sweat, telling people that there was stuff possible. Nobody believed him. But he was right all along. It is Patrick, for the first time participating, and he got an 8.2! He has an 8.2! It's half a second faster. It's half a second faster. They were all so close. They were meddling around. Techie like 0.0 and Imperator 0.9, another 0.9. Eastful with a 0.8, David with a 0.8, Vortex with a 0.7, and then he just comes down as a half a second faster. We didn't even think sub 10 was possible for the longest time. And he just comes out with an 8.2. And this run, I just have to tell, it's just so efficient. It's so efficient. Here you go. What? It just happened. It's insane. It's just such a perfect thread. Perfectly efficient. He keeps so much speed. Keeps so much speed in that plastic bounce. It's insane. I can't believe it. Patrick with an 8.27, and the rest of the run was also really optimized with the blocks. Let's take a look at the start. One final time. Okay, what do we have? What do we have? What did he find? So we have a grass block in the start, plus a plastic bounce. That is what he's starting out with. He has this tiny tunnel for himself where he's able to gather speed. Does gas or press forward and right at the start, fitting through here, bouncing out of the gap. Then, next thing he does is exactly hitting the platform and wall here, still press forward right into this grass uphill to get the necessary height. Now does a little bit of a break tap into plastic bounce, gliding over the ice here to keep his momentum, and then somehow hits backwards into the checkpoint like this and does not get a slowdown, does not get a penalty. He just keeps all of his speed through this plastic bounce. It's insane. I don't know how this is possible. It's crazy to me. So switches to a press forward left there as well, and just keeps so much speed in this plastic bounce. So much speed in this plastic bounce. And he's just perfectly lined up for the checkpoint already. It is impossible to do this more efficient than Patrick did right here. Like, just look at it. He just goes straight like this and then instantly back like this. This was half speed, by the way. This is normal speed. Like, it's just not possible to do it more efficient than this. He does not waste any space, any distance, any time. And the rest was also efficient. We've seen before, it's similar to what Eastwood did. Going through the checkpoint right here, then getting a clean landing like this. Down through the checkpoint, is able to skip over the border to be a bit more on the left side, across here, and then into the finish, also finding the block mix. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Now there's one run left for us to take a look at that I've not shown yet. As always, I have told you I am participating as well. And just as you guys do, I am participating as well. And if I happen to win the competition, the money, the prize pool, the 200 euros go to next month they're going to the next month, and it would be 300 euros instead of 200. Last month, I was able to beat out everybody, beat out especially Marius, who had the fastest restart from you guys. Was able to beat you guys out by 1/10 of a second. That is why there's 200 euros on the line for this month. Let's take a look. Will Patrick get his 200 euros, take the W with the 8.2, or did I find something better and snatching it away and going to 300 euros for tomorrow? Here we go. As you can tell, I have also found a different start. I have a platform here on my left to accelerate the start. Here we go. Starting out, flip into a wall bounce, flip around, grass hill jump, small left turn into the finish with a wall bounce, and finishing like that over ice. So, this is my run. This is what I came up with. So, special things I am doing in this run. First of all, first investigation before we look at the time. Starting out at the start, starting out to the left, plastic bounce, flipping like this through the air, then hitting the plastic bounce there, doing a wall ride, now having to do a very specific steering movement. I got this like every 3-4 minutes or something, the start. Movement right here through this block. After the plastic bounce needed more height, so I placed the grass block there, jump across here, nice spin across. We can look at this again as well in normal camera, in the slow motion. Jumping up here like this, through this, then nice pirouette against the wall, through this, jump right here, grass hill, into the downhill, and then one more strat that we didn't see in a while. I used the wallbang finish. Wallbang finish, and it's especially one thing I gotta say I'm a little bit proud of. At least one thing that I had special. I used ice on the wallbang finish so that I would glide a little bit faster. That saved like half a tenth. I gotta be honest though, that half a tenth did not matter for shit. This was I got a 9.19. 9.19. That was my run. 9.19.9. That was my run. Only in the end, it was only 8th place. I was pretty happy with this one. But that is GG to Patrick. We can also compare once again. We have a very similar start into the first checkpoint. But like, where am I going? I'm not going to the next checkpoint. Patrick is already in the next checkpoint. He's just getting absolutely smoked. Patrick winning the 200 euros. Congratulations to Patrick with an 8.2. Unbeatable. Unbeatable. Insane stuff. Insane stuff. This was so much fun. This was so much fun. Hope you enjoyed the edition today or this month. That was insane. I knew that there was some things possible with the bumper. I knew that there were some things possible. I did not anticipate this kind of stuff. I did not expect this. I did not think you could get like 2 checkpoints within 2 seconds. I did not expect that. Insane. This was so much fun. That was so much fun. Yeah, I also thought there was no chance anyone was beating me, the shorty. Like, I thought there was no chance. How could there be something more efficient than this? Like, it's a perfect wall ride. The thing is, I did try that plastic bounce that Patrick did, and I thought it was impossible. I thought it was not possible to get that plastic bounce. I tried it. It would not work. It is such a hard setup to find. Like, it is not easy at all. It is not easy at all to find that kind of setup. Crazy stuff right here from everybody. So insane. Yeah, that you guys were able to find all of these different things. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. I'm gonna pull up the winning run once again by Patrick to take a look at while we reflect. But wow, that's insane, insane. That was crazy. So what do you think? Bump on the start block next time again? It was crazy, but maybe a little bit too crazy. Maybe a little bit too crazy. To be fair, it was insane, but it was so hard to build. It was a little bit frustrating to build for me as well. Like, it was insane that you could still come up with new things, but at some point, also for myself, I just had to say, I gotta stop at this point. Maybe there's more possible, but I gotta stop. I've been cooking for 3 hours on the start. Now I have to try something else. I have to try something else. I think the bumper, it was really fun for this edition. Maybe I will use the bumper in a different position again, but on the start I think it's too cooked. It's maybe too cooked, especially with these plastic balls. I mean, look at this, it's insane. But there was so much possible. Like, even I thought, like, at first I thought like a 9.8, 9.7 would be the winning run. I thought 9.8, 9.7 would be the winning run. The classic run that we saw, like, a lot of people were doing this jump where they held gas and brake and jumped into the wall right to the right here. I also had that at the start. And then going through the checkpoint like this. I also had that before. And yeah, I thought that would be the maximum. I can show you actually. That was my first route that I found. I can show you my first route. Here you go. No steer map next time for press forward only. Yeah, but we already know that Doomy is gonna win with the turtle to flex on everybody. But yeah, this was my first route. It was a 10.2. I was pretty sure that I could get this route maybe to a sub 10. I didn't find the grassel, like that you could go below the grassel or above. I didn't find that. But I also found this thread here, jumping through the checkpoint. This is a 10.29. This is a 10.29. And yeah, this line here through the checkpoint and into the finish. Going from the different side there as well. Is it possible to give items? No, you cannot give items. You cannot give bumpers or anything like that. Would be really cool otherwise. I cannot give you guys trees as well. Otherwise, a magic would win, obviously. So I can't give you guys trees. That would be fun. I have another run as well. That was not my only run. I have another one that I can show you guys. Here you go. Alright, this was a previous solution that I did. I had to change this, and you might see why. It's similar to my other route, but a lot harder. A lot harder. I got this start once in 30 minutes. This was literally a cocky start. I got this once in 30 minutes. And I thought, when I got this run, I thought, yeah, okay, GG, I won. GG, nobody's beating this. This was a 68. That was a 68. Admittedly, with my .19, I only moved up 2 positions. But yeah, this was so hard. I found a strat where I would, you know, like go backwards, like bounce here, move backwards through the checkpoint, like this. And then the problem was I was facing backwards. I had to turn around somehow. And my way of doing that was this specific bounce where you air brake here against this wall and then land here. It can be really fast. But yeah, it's very difficult, very difficult. Oh my god. Yeah, if you guys want to try that, I don't know if you can rebuild, I guess, to put it on TMX. I don't know. You can rebuild the maps maybe if you look at the track. But yeah, if you want to try out, sure. You found a start with 3 checkpoints in 3.5 seconds, but was trash for the ending. That sounds interesting. Would like to see that. You can maybe post that in Discord. But yeah, insane stuff from you guys. It was really fun.